Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Sri FC. And now today I'm doing the live watch along of a match versus Udinese. We are playing Udinese today, and this is our final preseason game. So getting straight into it, we are straight away into the minute. The match is live at Chelsea's fifth stand app. So the match right now is live at Chelsea fifth stand app, and score till now is 0-0. So it's Udinese nil, is Chelsea nil. That's the scoreline so far. And at the moment, Udinese at the moment, Chelsea have been the team that's been mostly in control. And I think so far we have done a very, very good job of that. I think right now Chelsea have the ball. I think again, Chelsea have it's Udinese with the ball. Udinese here up with the ball so far. Udinese are the fast so far, and the ball is back with Edward Mendy here. So at the moment, Chelsea have looked good, but you have to accept that again, attackingly, we have been found a bit wanting here, which is a bit of concern. That in attackingly, again, finishing has all with the Chelsea around the box. Chelsea around the box. And the ball has been taken away from Sterling. The ball has been taken away from Raheem Sterling. So again, Chelsea were at attack, and ball was just taken from Raheem Sterling here. It's a throw in here for Udinese. The referee points towards a throw in for Udinese here. So the throw in next is Udinese. Tuchel is frustrated, but so far I think they've looked good. They've looked much better than the previous preseason matches. But again, you just have to accept that our finishing is just not at the point, and that's the thing we have to just accept here. And the problem is the match is only live at the Chelsea fifth stand up. So if you want to match the match, you have to watch it at the fifth stand up. So here the ball is with Udinese. Mount is running towards it, and the ball is again back towards the goalkeeper. The ball is again with the Udinese goalkeeper. Udinese goalkeeper controlling the ball. He puts a long goal kick away, and the goal kick is straight away to Kante. N'Golo Kante with the ball. N'Golo Kante here. N'Golo Kante. There's a poor pass, but Kante has the ball back. Kante has the ball back. The ball is again back with Jorginho. Jorginho has the ball. Jorginho, he goes back. He goes towards Marcus Allen. The ball is here again with Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball. Koulibaly gives it to Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso has the ball. Marcus Alonso gives it to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling gives it to Koulibaly. So Koulibaly has the ball. Koulibaly gives it to Marcus Alonso. Here is, that's a poor pass. That's a poor pass, Marcus. That's such overhead pass. And at the moment, Chelsea again just trying to build the possession up, having everything, but just being sloppy in the passing. So here it was a misplaced pass by Marcus Alonso. It was too heavy, and the ball just went away from Mason Mount. It's a goal kick here for Udinese. So Udinese have the goal kick here, and the ball is again with the Udinese players. So Jorginho and marking the team, and again goal kick for Udinese. Udinese taking the goal kick here, and Aspilicueta wins the header here, and the ball is again back with long ball here by Udinese. The ball is won by Chelsea, and now the ball is again back with Chelsea, and the ball is here with Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling so far, if you see, is playing as a false nine. The ball is with Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso has the ball. Marcus Alonso running with it. Marcus Alonso to Mason Mount. Mason Mount keeps the ball well. Mason Mount. And he's running with the ball well. Mason Mount. Udinese win the ball back. And Marcus Alonso tackling the Udinese player hard. And the play has been continued here. The ball is again with Udinese. And it's again with Chelsea. It's with Mason Mount. Mason Mount here gives it to Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso here. Well defended and a good cross by Marcus Alonso. Kai Havertz was very near, but his pass was Marcus Alonso's pass was taken by Havertz. Havertz hit a shot, but that was blocked away. So good start here by Chelsea at the moment. The intensity has been there, and it's been more like the Chelsea we saw last year. The only difference is again the cutting edge for Chelsea has not been there today. And again, it's a corner kick for Chelsea, and Mason Mount is seeing the corner kick, and a lot of players are into the box for Chelsea. And here Mason Mount with the corner kick. Mason Mount puts the corner kick in. Udinese win the first header again. The ball is with Cesar Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta here gives the ball to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling here has the ball to Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso here puts a cross, but that's too overhead. That's too overhead by Marcus Alonso, and the ball is again gone for a goal kick. So at the moment, Chelsea have looked good. The intensity has looked good, but just a bit of mistakes have been there when it comes to the final pass, and that's been the thing that's cost us a bit today. And here again, Udinese taking time with the goal kick. At the moment, if you see properly, both teams are treating it as a proper match. It's a proper match between Udinese and Chelsea. Goal kick here, goal kick, and a long goal kick. And here, the ball is again back to Chelsea. Jorginho has the ball. Jorginho here to James. James to Jorginho. Jorginho keeps the ball well. Jorginho here. Jorginho to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante passes it left to Marcus Alonso. So Marcus Alonso has the ball. Marcus Alonso here to the middle to Jorginho. Jorginho has the ball here. Jorginho gives it straight away to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling here has the ball. Raheem Sterling has the ball. Raheem Sterling Raheem Sterling running with the ball. No, he could have taken the man on, but there was just too many people. And Jorginho has a pass straight away to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva here gives it straight away to Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta here gives it towards Reece James. Reece James here gives it to Cesar Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante to Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante has the ball. N'Golo Kante straight away to Cesar Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta has the ball, and Aspilicueta here to Reece James. Reece James here has the ball. He gives it back to the captain, Cesar Aspilicueta. Kante has the ball. Kante straight away gives it to the middle to Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball. Koulibaly gives it straight away to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has the ball. Raheem Sterling. A long ball here by Raheem Sterling. The ball is towards Reece James. Reece James has the ball. Reece James running to the ball. Reece James pressing into the box. Oh, saved. The ball has been saved here. Wow, what a save. Much better by Chelsea, I have to be honest. That was much better by Chelsea, but a beautiful save by the goalkeeper. And at the moment, it's been a fantastic job so far by Chelsea. They've looked good. It's been much better than the Arsenal game. You can say the opponents are not of the quality of Arsenal, but it's been a good performance so far. And a bit of the Chelsea, we know. So it's a corner kick for Chelsea here, and it's Marcus Alonso taking the corner kick. And Marcus Alonso lining up with the corner. Marcus Alonso. A lot of players are into the box. Oh, Udinese with the ball back. It was going to Koulibaly. The ball is the N'Golo Kante. N'Golo goes back to Edward Mendy. Edward Mendy has the ball. Edward Mendy controlling the ball. My man waiting so far, and Edward Mendy gives it straight away to the right. He gives it straight away to Koulibaly. Koulibaly here gives it towards right, and Reece James. Reece James has the ball. Reece James here gives it towards back to Cesar Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta has the ball now, and Cesar Aspilicueta having the ball, and Cesar Aspilicueta has the ball so far, and continuing with the ball, and the ball goes towards left towards Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball. Raheem Sterling running towards ball. Come on, Raheem! Oh. Cleared off the line, and here Gaurav bhai has joined the set. कैसे Gaurav bhai? I really hope Gaurav bhai बहुत बढ़िया, and हमारा प्री सीजन चल रहा है, शायद नाउ चेल्सी थोड़ा सुधर जाए, कुछ अच्छा करने लग जाए, यही कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपका प्री सीजन तो बहुत ही अच्छा गया, लेकिन हमारा प्री सीजन गौरव भाई बहुत गंदा जा रहा है, बहुत गंदा. एंड यहीं पे चेल्सी हैव वन अ फ्री किक. जॉर्जिनो को बहुत तगड़ा फाउल करा है, एंड बिग फाउल हियर, एंड चेल्सी हैव अ चांस फॉर अ फ्री किक हियर. एंड माय मैन रियली उडिनासे बहुत ज्यादा हार्ड खेल रही है. उडिनासे रियली प्लेइंग हार्ड एंड रियली किलिंग अस एट द मोमेंट. एंड चेल्सी हैव अ फ्री किक. हमारी फ्री किक बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी पोजीशन पे है. सबसे हैरानी की बात यह है, मेरे को मोबाइल पे ऐसे बैठ के मैच देखना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि टीवी पे है नहीं, फिफ्थ स्टैंड ऐप पे देखना पड़ रहा है. एंड यहीं पे बड़ा अजीब लग रहा है मोबाइल पे देख के यहाँ पे बात करते हुए. एंड इट्स अ चांस फॉर अ फ्री किक हियर फॉर चेल्सी, एंड कूलिबाली भी खड़े हैं. अरे वाह यार, मुझे बहुत बुरा लगा चेल्सी के लिए. भाई मैं ये सच कहूंगा गौरव भाई, आप ही यूनाइटेड फैन हो जो ये कह रहे हो. दूसरे सारे बहुत खुश है कि चेल्सी डिक्लाइन में जा रही है. एंड मैं आपको बहुत थैंक यू कहूंगा गौरव भाई. एंड ये है गौरव भाई कि हमारा गौरव भाई पता है क्या, ओनरशिप के चक्कर में भी होना था प्रॉब्लम. आप जब आपकी ओनरशिप में इतनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, आप कैसे साइनिंग्स कर लोगे, स्पोर्टिंग डायरेक्टर कहाँ से ले आओगे. तो ये भी प्रॉब्लम है गौरव भाई, जो थोड़ा सा हमें समझना पड़ेगा, हमारे फैंस को समझना पड़ेगा. लेकिन मैं थोड़ा अपने मैनेजर को ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, ट्यूकल को. आई थिंक यूनाइटेड के पास भी बहुत अच्छा मैनेजर है, एंड आई थिंक जब आपके पास टॉप क्वालिटी मैनेजर्स होते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं वो गैप कवर हो जाएगा. एंड रीस जेम्स ले रहे फ्री किक. रीस जेम्स के साथ मार्कस एलोंसो भी खड़े हैं, लेकिन जो डिस्टेंस है वो रीस जेम्स के लिए मच बेटर लगता है मेरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. तो रीस जेम्स लाइनअप कर रहे हैं एंड मार्कस एलोंसो लाइनअप कर रहे हैं. बताओ यार, यूसीएल होने का ऐसा, यूसीएल होने पे ऐसा है, अगर यूरोपा होता सोचो जस्ट. नहीं ये तो मैं समझ रही हूँ गौरव भाई, हम अच्छी पोजीशन पे तो है, लेकिन गौरव भाई वही है कि अच्छी पोजीशन पे तो आप हो, लेकिन एकदम गिर सकते हो, ये भी बहुत पॉसिबल है. गौरव भाई हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि सिटी लिवरपूल अनकैचेबल है. सिटी लिवरपूल को पकड़ना बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल है, और क्योंकि उनको पकड़ना इतना ज्यादा मुश्किल है, वी विल नीड अदर टीम्स टू स्टेप अप. एंड दिस इज वेयर चेल्सी मेड अ मिस्टेक. N'Golo Kante, oh, just near the bar, a good shot by N'Golo Kante, and is very close to the goal. Good free kick here, but it was just blocked, and N'Golo Kante took a shot, and that was so near. I think for the UCL, I will only say Gaurav bhai, for the UCL, that as much as we won the UCL, we have to understand that Chelsea have a bit of problem. And if we don't correct the Gaurav bhai, Chelsea might even finish fifth. Tottenham, City, Liverpool right now are ahead of us, and we are not near to them. And for the fifth team, for the sixth team, I think United are not far off Chelsea. And I will also say, भाई ये बकचोदी नहीं पसंद भाई, हम में इंसानियत तो कोई स्ट्रगल करे खुश हो. भाई ये बकचोदी नहीं पसंद भाई, हम में तो इंसानियत है, कोई स्ट्रगल करे खुश होते. नो समझ नहीं गौरव भाई किसके लिए कह रहे हैं, आर यू सीइंग दिस फॉर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड चेल्सी? मेरे को थोड़ा सा गौरव भाई एक बार क्लियर कर दो, आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि किस रिगार्ड में यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं. एंड हियर चेल्सी हैव अ गोल किक, चेल्सी हैव अ चांस, and Chelsea have the ball here. The ball is back to Koulibaly. Koulibaly here has the ball. Koulibaly here gives it straight away to the middle to Jorginho. And Jorginho के पास the ball है. Jorginho gives it straight away towards the right. The ball is with Raheem Sterling, जो थोड़ा भी he has come a bit towards the defensive side. And the ball here अभी Sterling के पास है. Sterling is running with the ball. Sterling gives it just to Reece James. Reece James here gives to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante gives it to Jorginho. Oh, just intercepted. Just intercept करा वरना बहुत अच्छा पास था. And here Chelsea have won the ball. Ball is here with Reece James. Reece James के पास ball है. Havertz के पास ball है. Havertz to Kante. Kante going in the middle. Oh, just surrounded. Kante has been surrounded by so many people. It's just say, come on, Mason. Oh, close one. It was Havertz. That was a close one. Good chance, good creativity by Havertz. He really dribbled well against the defenders. But that was so near to be the Chelsea goal. That was so near to be a Chelsea goal. Much better by Chelsea today. I think attacking play has been much better. And say what? N'Golo Kante is back. And भाई मेरा में ये हैबिट नहीं कि कोई स्ट्रगल करे तो खुश नहीं. गौरव भाई मैं आपकी बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ. गौरव भाई अगर आप ये सोचे ना गौरव भाई मैं बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ क्योंकि गौरव भाई वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि राइवल्स वी जस्ट लाफ एट ईच अदर. चेल्सी फैंस मैं सच बोलूंगा मैं कभी यूनाइटेड का गंदा नहीं सोचता. आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट फॉर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड. यस हमारी राइवलरी है फेयर इनफ बट मैं मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ. एंड क्योंकि गौरव भाई मैं भी एक फैन हूँ. आई एम ऑल्सो फैन ऑफ फुटबॉल. आई विल नेवर एवर विश एनी बैड थिंग हैपेंस टू अनदर फुटबॉल क्लब. लेकिन गौरव भाई सम पीपल गेट टू मच इनटू द बेंटर साइड कि उनको समझ ही नहीं आती कि एक लिमिट कहाँ है और वो एक लाइन क्रॉस कर जाते हैं. तो गौरव भाई बहुत बहुत हैट्स ऑफ गौरव भाई आपको इसके लिए. ये बहुत अच्छी सोच है गौरव भाई एंड आई रिस्पेक्ट यू फॉर दैट. एंड यहीं पे चेल्सी हैव द बॉल इज विद उडिनाजे एंड उडिनाजे हैव द बॉल हियर. भाई किसी के लिए भी नहीं फुटबॉल एंजॉय करता हूँ. नहीं मैं बिल्कुल सही कह रहा हूँ गौरव भाई. चक्कर में ना आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं. हमें कभी भी किसी की स्ट्रगल में नहीं हंसना चाहिए. एंड फुटबॉल गौरव भाई पता है फुटबॉल इज एन इमोशन फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल लाइफ. सब बहुत लोगों की लाइफ फुटबॉल पर डिपेंड करती है. एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेक जॉय कि फुटबॉल उनके सामने आ रही है, फुटबॉल वो इंजॉय कर रही है. एंड मैं आपकी बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ गौरव भाई इसमें में क्योंकि आप बिल्कुल सही कह रही है. बैंटर चलता रहता है. आप यू कैन लाफ एट सम अदर टीम, कम ऑन यू आर गोइंग डाउन, बट यू शुड नॉट बी इन अ वे दैट यू एम्बैरेस देम. एंड एट द मोमेंट हियर Chelsea have a goal kick here, and Udinese at the moment have not been threatening Chelsea so far. If we are being very honest, Udinese have not threatened Chelsea so far. And Chelsea player has been fouled here, Jorginho, but referee didn't give it, and a shot was taken, but Mendy easily palmed it. So at the moment, you have to say that Chelsea at the moment have done well, but again, it's just score has given here. Udinese nil, Chelsea nil. That's the problem. We just cannot take our chances, and this is a big problem for us. Goal! Come on! Chelsea just scored a goal. My God. Wow. My stream was lagging, so I apologize for that. The internet was just lagged a bit, so I was not able to watch any reaction. A goal now, and I have to see a replay. My God, man. My God, the mobile and its lagging is just too much. अरे भाई फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैंने अभी देखना शुरू है. हमने जीता है नहीं कुछ. एटलीस्ट चेल्सी के पास यूसीएल है बहुत लायक नहीं है हम. आई अंडरस्टैंड गौरव भाई यूनाइटेड आर एट द मोमेंट नॉट एट द मोमेंट वेयर यू हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट विद आल्सो. यूनाइटेड आर नॉट एट द मोमेंट वेयर कि वही सेम है. लेकिन गौरव भाई आई विल से यू वन थिंग फ्रॉम अ ट्रू फ्रेंड एंड फ्रॉम ओवरऑल फुटबॉल वे, एरिक टेन हाग विल डू अ फैंटास्टिक जॉब यूनाइटेड. थोड़ा सा पेशेंस गौरव भाई, you will have a lot of success. And a goal here for Chelsea, and it's N'Golo Kante who has scored the goal. So what happened? N'Golo Kante back in the team. Chelsea look good, our midfield look good, our energy look good. But the only problem is, will Kante be fit for the whole season? That's the only problem for Chelsea. So it's Udinese nil, Chelsea 1, and at the moment, Chelsea really look good. This could have been 3-0, this could have been 4-0. We have played very well so far. It's a pre-season, but it's Chelsea full 11. Koulibaly, Sterling, Mount, Havertz, a lot of front players for Chelsea are playing, and this is a very important match for Chelsea in that regards. The ball is again with Udinese. Udinese के पास यहाँ ball है, and again the ball goes towards the left. The ball is with Udinese, and they have been fouled here. So as Aspilicueta fouls the Udinese player, and it's a foul for Udinese. So at the moment, you have to say Chelsea have done very good job. The biggest positive of this game for the people is N'Golo Kante. He is back, and he's back with the banger. Pace, energy, tackling, interception, attackingly very good. I think it's just fantastic the way he has played. And here गौरव भाई हरी ट्रॉफी नहीं चाहिए, फुटबॉल अच्छी खिलाओ, मैं फुटबॉल एंजॉय करने. बिल्कुल गौरव भाई पता क्या है, ट्रॉफी मैं मानता हूँ ट्रॉफी बहुत अच्छी चीज है, बट फुटबॉल अच्छा खेलना भी गौरव भाई इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. and Eric Ten Hag is going to bring that joy. I think Gaurav bhai, मैं आपको अभी भी बोलूंगा, I'll say to you with proper way कि Eric Ten Hag will make you play football, आप बहुत enjoy करोगे. ऐसे फुटबॉल खिलाएगा कि आप अपनी आंख ही नहीं हटा पाओगे अपने मैचों से. एंड कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन, इंडिया जीत गई. बिल्कुल सही गौरव भाई, इंडिया जीत गई, बट ब्रिटल सीरीज है गौरव भाई. मैं ये कहूंगा वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाओ, जो सेलिब्रेशन मैं करूंगा वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाओ वो अलग ही है, लेकिन ये बायलेटरल सीरीज है तो मैं इतना उड़ नहीं रहा, क्योंकि हम ऐसी टीम है जो इनमें अच्छा खेलते हैं बट वर्ल्ड कप में डिसअपॉइंट कर देते हैं. एंड यहीं पे Chelsea have the ball. Ball is with Mason Mount. Mason Mount, come on! Oh, Kai Havertz, you should have finished that, bro. That should be finished. Chelsea had a chance to make it 2-0, but again, Chelsea just let it away. And still, Udinese nil, Chelsea won. Chelsea should have made it 2-0. But the same old problem. Havertz held the ball well, had a chance to volley it into the net, but he just poised it straight to the keeper. I know it was difficult, but you expect a player of quality of Havertz to put it into the net. And that's the thing Chelsea have missed for a long, long time. They missed a team that can score goals. They missed a player that can guarantee us 15 goals a season. And that's our biggest concern. And at the moment, that looks to just keep continuing. Here, Udinese have the ball. Udinese build करी है. And गौरव भाई का क्वेश्चन है, अरे इंडिया अच्छा करेगी, बट दिक्कत ये है कि रोहित के पास टाइम कम है, हैज प्लेयर एंड कैप्टन. बिल्कुल गौरव भाई, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. एंड गौरव भाई, सबसे बड़ी बात है, हिज इंजरी रिकॉर्ड इज वेरी कंसर्निंग. हिज इंजरी रिकॉर्ड बहुत कंसर्निंग गौरव भाई. एंड द एज, जो एज पे वो आ चुका है, वहां पे अगर हम उसे उम्मीद करें कि वो सारे के सारे मैच खेलेगा गौरव भाई, वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. आई थिंक ये आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है. हमें फ्यूचर लीडर भी रेडी करना पड़ेगा. लेकिन गौरव भाई, बात पता क्या है, हम वी ऑलवेज गेट नर्वस इन द वर्ल्ड कप, सो दैट्स आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर इन दैट. So here Chelsea have the ball. Ball is with Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso here gives it to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling here trying to turn, but yes, again the ball has been taken. A lot of people are just absolutely manhandling Chelsea players because Udinese are playing a lot of defensive football, and that's where the problem is coming. The ball is here with Reece James. There's space for him to work in. Reece James. Reece James. Oh, it's just been blocked. It's just been blocked here. And Cesar Azpilicueta is a throw-in. It's a throw-in for Udinese. But Chelsea at the moment attackingly have looked very, very good so far. We have really looked intensified. We've also looked very motivated. I think Havertz has had a lot of chances. Tough ones, so I cannot say he has missed them, but they have been chances for him as well. And overall, so far, Chelsea have looked very, very good for me. And I'm also going to show all the people some stats here. These are the stats of the game between Udinese and Chelsea. I'll just make it a bit more easier for you. Apologies for that, guys. So statistics here, if you can see on the screen. These have been the statistics of the game so far, and it's been absolutely dominated by Chelsea. Chelsea have been just fantastic in this game so far and have really, really done well. Here is a question from Gaurav bhai here that दिक्कत ये है कि बटलर अभी अभी बन गया कैप्टन, स्टोक्स ओडीआई से चला गया, बॉलर है नहीं, इसलिए पिकाचू नहीं बन रहा, सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ जैसे मॉर्गन को किया था, हारना कोई भी नहीं चाहता ब्रो. बिल्कुल सही गौरव भाई, एंड आई रिस्पेक्ट इंग्लैंड अ लॉट. जो इंग्लैंड ने क्रिकेट के लिए करा है गौरव भाई, आई थिंक किसी ने नहीं करा. इंग्लैंड हैव डन अ फैंटास्टिक जॉब फॉर ओडीआई क्रिकेट. उन्होंने जो क्रिकेट खेली है, उन्होंने वर्ल्ड चेंज कर दिया. सारे लोग टुक के लिए जाते थे, उसके लिए जाते थे. आई थिंक दे हैव चेंज्ड द वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट एंड आई रिस्पेक्ट मॉर्गन अ लॉट. And with that, a bit of break has been taken here by the players, a bit of hydration break. And so far, 25 minutes on the clock. It's Udinese nil and it's Chelsea 1. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've not updated the score. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry here. I apologize, everyone. I've just not even updated the score. So it's Udinese nil, Chelsea 1. And at the moment, it's been a good job by Chelsea so far. Hydration break has been there. Kante hitting a beautiful goal. And Chelsea so far look very, very good. And it's Udinese nil and it's Chelsea 1. So hydration break has been taken. You can see the stats on the screen here, full screen. These have been the start for this game. Right now, if you see the shots of the both teams, Udinese have had only one shot, one goal attempt, while Chelsea have had 9 goal attempts. Shot on goal have been 1-5. You can even see the corner kicks, and it's been 0-2. And you can overall say Chelsea have so far in this game been absolutely dominant, and Chelsea so far in this game have looked very, very good so far. So I have to respect that. Chelsea have looked good so far. And at the moment, even if you go away from the statistics, Chelsea have looked so good so far, and it's been our best performance this preseason. मेरी विश थी ये स्क्वाड जो वर्ल्ड कप जीती थी, ये बस T20 वर्ल्ड कप और जीत जाए तो समझ जाओ 2011 वाली इंडिया स्क्वाड जैसे रेपुटेशन होता है, वर्ल्ड कप जीता है T20 वर्ल्ड कप. एग्रीड गौरव भाई, बिल्कुल सही कहा गौरव भाई. मैं ये भी कहूंगा कि इंग्लैंड की जो ड्रीम है ना, वो बिल्कुल पूरी हो जाएगी अगर टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप भी जीतेगी. टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप, T20 वर्ल्ड कप और ये वर्ल्ड कप, उसके बाद इनके पास मेरे को लगता है कुछ भी नहीं है अचीव करने को. एंड आई थिंक वो सबसे बड़ी अचीवमेंट होगी, क्योंकि इंडिया के टाइम पे टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप नहीं होती थी, सिर्फ रैंकिंग्स होती थी. एंड हियर हाइड्रेशन ब्रेक इज गोइंग ऑन एंड द स्कोर इज Udinese nil, Chelsea 1. एंड अगेन द ब्रेक इज ओवर नाउ एंड The players are back on the field. So Udinese goalkeeper has the ball here and he's controlling the ball here. So Udinese goalkeeper has the ball. He has ball on his feet so far, and referees, they're waiting for the referee whistle here. And come on, ref, click the whistle, man. So whistle has been clicked, and Udinese is starting the play here. So Udinese is starting the play, and the ball is with the Udinese goalkeeper. So Udinese goalkeeper is building up the play here and taking a lot of time. Time wasting tactics, good by him. And he has the ball here with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper gives it straight away towards the left side, and the ball is with the left side. The ball is again with Udinese. Udinese has the ball. Udinese here again, and Udinese continuing with the ball here. Udinese, and here again, position here, and बट हो ना पाया. वैसे भी मॉर्गन को जाना था, आज स्ट्रगल कर लेते, वरना 2 साल बाद करते थ्रू. Gaurav, I agree. I think it was a time for Morgan to go. But Gaurav, players like Butler, Bairstow, Stokes, especially Bairstow, Stokes हो गए. I think इन player अगर ये जीत गए सब कुछ, तो I think they will be one. I think only rare players जो सब कुछ जीतते हैं क्रिकेट में. अगर T20 World Cup and WTC जीत जाए. And here Chelsea has the ball so far, and it's a throw in. It's a throw in for Chelsea, and it's a chance for Chelsea to build an attack. I think after the goal, the energy level of Chelsea has gone down a bit, so which is understandable. And मैं अभी कहूंगा इंडिया के पास 2023 के बाद बेस्ट चांस है कैश करके जीतो. 2011 वाइब्स में तो 9 साल का रहा. नहीं बिल्कुल सही भाई, लेकिन मुझे ये लगता है भाई क्योंकि 2023 वर्ल्ड कप इंडिया में बहुत अच्छी चांस है जीतने की. इवन भाई ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी हम बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं. बस ये है कि हम अपनी मेंटालिटी चेंज करें, हम वो नर्वस ना हो जाए. बस मुझे उसी बात का डर है गौरव भाई. एंड हियर चेल्सी हैव द बॉल अगेन. Chelsea continue with the ball. The ball is with Raheem Sterling, who is at the right at the moment. So Raheem Sterling has the ball. Raheem Sterling gives it to Cesar Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta has the ball. He gives it straight in the center. The ball is towards Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball. Koulibaly gives it to Jorginho. Jorginho here gives the ball to Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball there, and Koulibaly is straight in the attacking area. Koulibaly here, and he gives it here. Back with Koulibaly here. The ball is back, and 2021 जीत जाते हैं. बस बॉलिंग में मरवा दिया 2021 में. आई थिंक गौरव में मैं इसमें ये भी बोलूंगा, सिर्फ बॉलिंग नहीं, आई थिंक गौरव में बैटिंग पे अच्छी नहीं हुई थी, क्योंकि हम पहले विकेटें बहुत ज्यादा खो गए थे. शाहीन अफरीदी आया, विकेटें ले गया, तो हमें वो भी चीज सुधारनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि हम लेफ्ट आर्म पेसेस एंड वी ओवरऑल गेट वेरी वेरी अफ्रेड. एंड एट द मोमेंट चेल्सी हैज द बॉल. N'Golo Kante with the ball. N'Golo Kante going back with the ball. The ball is with Cesar Azpilicueta here, and Azpilicueta gives it straight away to Kante. Kante has the ball. Kante here gives it to this Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta has the ball. Azpilicueta here gives it to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante to Cesar Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta here gives the ball straight away to the center. The ball is here with Koulibaly. Koulibaly here again has the ball. Koulibaly continues with the ball. And here is a question. बस भाई पाकिस्तान से मत हारना. उस दिन मेरे को भी बहुत बुरा लगा. I understand भाई, and we hope we don't lose to them. And the ball here again is with Cesar Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta gives it to Reece James. Reece James has the ball. Reece James here. Reece James to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has the ball. Kai Havertz to N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante to Jorginho. Jorginho to Kante here, and they are building the play up. And the ball is again with Kai Havertz, who's playing at the right wing. And here again, the ball is with Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling to Reece James. Reece James crosses, but that's straight away to the Udinese player, and that goes for the Chelsea throw-in. So far at the moment, you can see that Raheem Sterling has been the one who has looked like more like the false nine player. He's been a bit surprised, but at the moment, Raheem Sterling has sometimes played the right. Sometimes Havertz has played in the middle. Sometimes Sterling has looked in the middle. I think at the moment, it's been a very, very fluid front three for Chelsea. The ball is again back towards right. The ball is again back with N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante has the ball, but Udinese win the ball. Udinese continue the play. Turn here, left turn. Udinese play continuing, and Udinese have the ball. Udinese straight away at the right. Udinese have the ball. Udinese have the ball here, and by just imagine Rohit with World Cup 2023 legend बन जाएगा 10 साल सूखा भाई. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल गौरव भाई, जो भी प्लेयर अपनी टीम को वर्ल्ड कप जितवाता है ना, he will always be as an L. And but भाई as neutral, जो शहीन की बॉलिंग थी वो एब्सोल्युटली भाई, जो उस लड़के ने बॉलिंग करी थी ना, बहुत मजेदार बॉलिंग थी. वो एब्सोल्युटली अनप्लेएबल थी, लेकिन हमने भी उसके बाद कमबैक कर सकते थे, हमने नहीं करी. तो आई थिंक इस चीज से हमें सुधारना पड़ेगा. एंड ऑफ साइड हियर, एंड चेल्सी अगेन हैव अ गोल किक हियर. So it's off side for Udinese. Udinese at the moment have looked very, very sloppy. Udinese have really looked very, very sloppy here. And at the moment, Chelsea have taken full advantage of that. I think it was difficult to expect them to be the level at what we expect. I think it was never going to be the team that's very, very strong and at the level we expect. But at the moment, Chelsea have been all over Udinese. Now, they're not at the level of Arsenal or the top opponents, but this is a good preseason practice for Chelsea. And so far, it's been a strong lineup at Chelsea. It's been the lineup that's going to play for the most of the season. And Chelsea so far has looked really, really good. The ball is again back with Udinese. Udinese have the ball, and it's a free kick for Udinese at a bit of tricky position. If they put the ball into the box in the right position, they have some players that can head the ball in. So Udinese here, Udinese player taking the cross, and it's from a bit of deep position here at the left side. The ball, oh, that's a pathetic free kick. He was just trying to shoot from 50 yards, and that's absolutely pathetic. Why are you trying to shoot a ball from 50 yards? And here, गौरव भाई, साउथ अफ्रीका की टीम देखो, Nikop, Makram, Dusen, Rebe, Stubbs, Rusu, absolutely absolutely a fantastic team. The ball is with N'Golo Kante, the ball is with Reece James. Reece James here gives the ball is straight away again. Havertz has won the ball back, Havertz has the ball here, and Havertz continuing. Counter attack by Chelsea. Mason Mount has the ball, but it's been slowed down. Marcus Alonso here, he has to recover the ball now. Marcus Alonso, no. The play was just slowed down. I think Mason Mount's pass was a bit heavy. It just went away from Alonso and it killed the counter attack. But it was a good counter attack by Chelsea. But there's one misplaced pass and that's destroyed everything so far. And again, the ball is with Udinese here. Udinese had the ball and they're trying to build a goal kick. And Alonso had nothing to do there. It was difficult to put the ball into the box there. Just a bit overhead pass by Mason. The ball is again won back by Chelsea. The ball is with Koulibaly here and Koulibaly has the ball. And it's a free kick here. It's a free kick for I don't know what, it's a free kick or I think CL Silva. A bit of blow has been given to Silva and that's what they're talking about. And another question for Gaurav bhai, kal aisa pehla England ko baap re baap. I think South Africa good team, Gaurav bhai. They're a fantastic team, Gaurav bhai. And here Koulibaly, Chelsea have a chance. A free kick for Chelsea here and the free kick has been taken by Koulibaly. And hope चावल चेल्सी आए नेक्स्ट सीजन, यूनाइटेड तो आएगा नहीं गौरव भाई, चेल्सी नहीं आएगा. 100 मिलियन मांग रही है वेस्ट हैम एंड दैट लुक्स वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट सो फार. आई डोंट थिंक गौरव भाई चेल्सी 100 मिलियन पे करने वाली है राइस के लिए. हम ऑलरेडी तो प्लेयर साइन नहीं कर पा रहे, 100 मिलियन कहां से लाए? वेयर डू चेल्सी ब्रिंग 100 मिलियन फॉर राइस? सो दैट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. इट्स अ गोल किक फॉर Udinese here. Udinese have the ball again. Udinese building the play from the back. Udinese here at the right. The ball is with Udinese. Udinese player goes towards back again because of pressure. Jorginho so far has done very good job when it's come to pressing the opponents. Ball again with the Udinese player here at the left. Is a back three for Udinese. People can see back three formation here. Again, they go back towards the left wing back. Udinese have the ball. They go towards the center and Jorginho all over the player again. But Chelsea again have won the ball, kept the ball. And here Priyansh bhai. Hello bhai, hope you are all very, very, very well and very good here. And so far the score here of the pre-season is Udinese 0, Chelsea 1. So Chelsea are continuing with the play and Chelsea अपना play यहाँ पे continue कर रही है. And another question, भाई imagine Haaland extend कर जाए इंग्लैंड की citizenship और next World Cup Haaland plays for England Kane replacement. आज अगर ये हो गया ना गौरव भाई, the world will shake. But गौरव भाई मैं एक बात कहूँगा, I love Harry Kane to bits. Has a rival. Harry Kane is a fantastic player भाई, fantastic. So again Chelsea have the Udinese have the ball. Udinese player has been fouled. No, referee is not giving it a foul. So again, referee is not giving it a foul. Chelsea have the ball. Raheem Sterling just lost the ball. Raheem has been tackled and he's lost the ball. Ball is back with Udinese. Kante again everywhere. Alonso has won the ball back. Alonso has the ball. Alonso continuing with the ball. Alonso, my God, why? Why did he shoot from here? My God. There was never a shot, Marcus. There was never a shot there. Now again, Kante and Jorginho have been immense. They have been pressing relentlessly. They're not allowing Udinese players to do nothing but counter attack here. Free space for Udinese. Wow! What a tackle by Koulibaly. What a tackle. Udinese player was absolutely through. Straight through ball. Koulibaly makes a slight tackle and wins the ball back. बहुत superb tackle by Koulibaly and a fantastic tackle by Koulibaly and Chelsea saved. That was easily going to be Udinese 1, Chelsea 1. But a fantastic job by Koulibaly here. And the score stays Udinese 0, Chelsea 1. And here UCL में Spurs को support is by Son and Kane. Sorry Gaurav bhai, I will never support Spurs. Never, ever. And here, and Chelsea have the ball. Chelsea ball is with N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante with Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso has the ball. He gives it to Koulibaly. Koulibaly here gives a pass straight away to Cesar Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta has the ball. The ball goes straight away to Reece James. Reece James has the ball. Reece James building the play up. Reece James goes towards the middle again. He goes back to Cesar Azpilicueta. And again, the ball is with N'Golo Kante. The man is everywhere today. N'Golo Kante has the ball. He gives it straight to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has the ball. The ball is to Reece James. Reece James building the play up well here. And Reece James. The ball is with Jorginho. Jorginho here makes a good pass. And goal! Raheem Sterling, Mr. Sitter. Raheem Sterling, Mr. Sitter. But it's a goal for Chelsea. Come on! Goal is Udinese nil and it's Chelsea 2. A goal here, but Raheem Sterling, he misses Sitter. Raheem Sterling misses Sitter, but he just recovered of the defender and went in. So it's Udinese nil and it's Chelsea 2. First goal you can say for Sterling. I don't know, is it going to be ruled out or what? So we have to see. And is it going to be given to Raheem Sterling? I'm not fully sure here. And bad shot by Raheem here. That's going to be given to Raheem. The goal belongs to Raheem Sterling. So it's Udinese nil, it's Chelsea 2. And the goal has been given to Raheem Sterling. But that was a poor miss by Raheem. But a fantastic build-up play by Chelsea. And Chelsea so far have looked really, really good so far. And we have been deserving of it. This game can easily be 3-0, 4-0. We have been that good. This has been a fantastic performance of Chelsea and we've done a superb job. And here at the moment, Gaurav bhai, जब निंजा खेल सकता है फ्रांस के लिए हालैंड भाई अगर हो गया भाई सब anything is possible in football Gaurav bhai, anything is possible in football, especially when Neymar was signed for 222 million. Anything in the world is possible Gaurav bhai. The ball is here back to Chelsea again and Chelsea looking for the third goal here. Chelsea have the ball and again the ball is back with Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain of Chelsea. So the ball is back with him. The ball is here with Sterling. Sterling really, really having the ball, controlling. The ball is back here with Chelsea. The ball is back here with Reece James, and the play again has gone back. I think Udinese are sitting very, very deep, which is causing a lot of problem. Again, the ball is with Kai Havertz here. Kai Havertz has the ball. Kai Havertz gives the ball straight away. The ball is with Koulibaly. Koulibaly has the ball. Koulibaly continuing with the ball, and he's just stripped. And the ball is again with Mason Mount. Mason Mount has the ball. Mason Mount here gives it to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz here, and it's a corner kick for Chelsea. Kai Havertz had nothing to do so here because there was no player in the box. Kai Havertz had to take a shot and it was intercepted. So it's a corner kick for Chelsea. And if you can even see on our screens, I'm going to show you the stats, people. These have been the stats of the game. And Chelsea have been absolutely dominant. Okay, see at the stats. Chelsea have been all over Udinese. For the full screen, guys, these are the way. And Chelsea so far have been very, very tough to handle for Udinese here. So it's Udinese nil, it's Chelsea 2 so far here. And the ball is with Mason Mount here. Mason Mount is taking a corner kick. A lot of Chelsea players are into the box. Mason Mount takes a free kick. 38 minutes on the clock. And chance for Chelsea. No, it's been cleared off. The ball is with Udinese here. Udinese continuing. But again, Chelsea with the ball back. And it's been the ball is with Udinese here again. And fantastic job again by Koulibaly. Fantastic work. I think Koulibaly has been fantastic this game. Another interception and has been at the right position at the right time. Koulibaly so far, Kante so far have been very impressive. The ball is again back with Udinese. Udinese have the ball. Udinese building the play to the center. And again another question by Gaurav bhai here. And by England कब अच्छा खेलेगी? इतने अच्छे players है World Cup deserve करते हैं. I think England could win Gaurav bhai. England will play well. Again the ball. There's been a yellow card issued, I believe, Brendan Soppy, or he's been a substitute, I don't know. I think the ball has been Marcus Alonso is a throw-in for Chelsea. And the ball is again back. Back. Marcus Alonso is a foul. It's a foul. So it's a foul and Udinese have the free kick here. So it's a foul by Chelsea and it's a Udinese free kick. From a bit of typical position, BC, कल रोनाल्डो खेल रहा है. I think that's a very, very good thing to see, Gaurav bhai. रोनाल्डो का सागा बहुत ज्यादा ड्रैग होने वाला है. उसने खुद बोल दिया फैन पेज पे. I think overall, I think Gaurav bhai मैं ये कहूँगा रोनाल्डो must stay loyal. यूनाइटेड ने उसके लिए बहुत कुछ करा है and he must stay. But ये गौरव भाई की डेडलाइन डे अगस्त 31 को खत्म होगी. तो still anything could happen regarding Ronaldo. The deadline day is going to end गौरव भाई on August 31. तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. अभी भी हम कुछ डिनाई नहीं कर सकते कि मूव भी कर ले. And at the moment here, Chelsea have the ball. Udinese have the ball here. Chelsea lining up with the wall of them, so they can defend the free kick. And here, free kick. Udinese booting the ball into the box. Oh my God! What an awful free kick! What an absolutely awful free kick! Wow! Absolutely ridiculous free kick. My goodness! That was absolute. The ball is again back with Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso has the ball. The ball goes towards Jorginho. Jorginho has the ball here. And Jorginho controlling the ball. And here Jorginho. And here another question by Gaurav bhai. भाई बताओ सबसे कंपेरेटिव लीग है प्रीमियर लीग लेकिन वर्ल्ड क्लास नहीं है इंग्लिश पे. बिल्कुल सही का गौरव भाई. इंग्लिश लीग इज कंपेरेटिव लेकिन वर्ल्ड क्लास नहीं क्योंकि गौरव भाई इंग्लिश हम they overrate players a lot मेरे point of view से. I think England जब तक ये वर्ल्ड कप ना जीते, I think that respect that won't be given. जैसे ब्राजील है, जैसे आपके जर्मनी है, वो respect will only be earned when England. Udinese 1-2, 1-2 is Udinese 1 and it's Chelsea 2. My God, we just can't a clean sheet. We just cannot keep a clean sheet for God's sake. God's sake, I think Mendy should have been better. Mendy should have been better again. It's very, very concerning so far. And Gaurav bhai with another question here. And कह रहे हैं कि okay, the king plays on Sunday. I think let's see Gaurav bhai. I think Ronaldo must stay United. मुझे लगता है भी वो रहेगा, लेकिन गौरव भाई ट्रांसफर डरने कभी भी चेंज हो सकता है. Mendy very poor. Edward Mendy very poor, very poor again. We just cannot keep a clean sheet, and it's becoming a massive problem so far. It's 43rd minute of the game, and at the moment it's Udinese 0 and it's Udinese 1 and it's Chelsea 2 so far. Chelsea at the ball goes back towards Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso has the ball, he gives it straight away to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva gives it to Cesar Azpilicueta, and at the moment Chelsea have the ball. The ball is with Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has the ball. Raheem Sterling here, and he gives it to Marcus Alonso, but there's a poor pass. But Alonso keeps the ball well. Alonso has the ball. Alonso here has been fouled. And Chelsea have won a free kick and a good position. So it's a free kick for Chelsea and a chance for them to make it 3-1 and again regain their 2-goal lead. So it's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 2, and Chelsea have a free kick on the near edge of the box. And it's a chance for Chelsea to recoup the 2-goal lead. Very sloppy play from Chelsea, but again, it's our own mistake. But again, we've got a chance to get a 2-goal back. I think this is just reminding me of the way we ended the season. Defensively, the focus has just not been there, and it's very concerning. Free kick here, Marcus Alonso lining up here for the free kick. Chance for Chelsea to get a bit of 2-goal lead again, and a bit of chance to get a bit of statement before going towards a serious season. And here, Marcus Alonso taking the free kick, a lot of players into the box. Marcus Alonso taking the free kick here, chance for Chelsea. Oh! Havertz was this near. It was a rebound, and Havertz was this near to get a goal. And here, Gaurav bhai thought होने वाले Chelsea fans. I think Gaurav bhai Chelsea fans are going to go towards a lot of. I think Chelsea is पर बहुत pressure में है. And it's an injury, so I think it's an injury to Thiago Silva. Not serious. I think it's a head injury. So they're calling on the medical, and I'm so sorry. And they're calling on the medical because it looks like a bit of head injury. Not serious, but a bit of head injury. So he will be given a time to a bit of checking concussion test and that all things. So Udinese 1, Chelsea 2, and Thomas Tuchel again looking a frustrated figure. Chelsea did a good job, but again Chelsea, as always, we were just very poor when it comes to defending. Sloppiness, concern, and that's the way Chelsea have gone. It's just that's the way it's been for us. And Thiago Silva has been tweeted here, and so far it's been a bit concerning. So far it's been a bit disappointing for Chelsea. You will expect better from Chelsea. And Thiago Silva so far is being tweeted here, and it's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 2 here, and I think he's being treated, and hopefully it's not a serious injury. And it looks like Thiago Silva is back on his feet. It was a bit of a head injury, and he has been treated here on the concussion test. So the added time here, is 2 minutes. So it's Udinese 1, Chelsea 2, and added time here is 2 minutes on the clock. So Chelsea here, Thiago Silva going off the pitch for a bit of concussion test, and and then he will be back for this. So the ball is again with the Udinese goalkeeper. Udinese goalkeeper gives it straight away to the defender. Defender has the ball. Defender here gives the ball straight away to Udinese defender. Udinese defender has the ball, and Udinese building the play from the back. The score is Udinese 1, Chelsea 2, and there's been added time. Abhishek bhai here, and thank you so much, Abhishek bhai, to be here. It's an absolute pleasure, Abhishek bhai. And so far, Chelsea, Abhishek bhai have again been struggling, and we have done well. We have scored 2 goals, but again, it was N'Golo Kante scoring the goal. It was floppy goal. And defensively, जैसे हम कहेंगे हमेशा की तरह फिर से सो रही है, so it's a bit concerning, but do hope that Chelsea turn it around. Again, the ball is again at, with Udinese here. Udinese के पास ball है here, and Udinese here have just thrown it away, and it's a goal kick for Chelsea. So at the moment, the only thing I will say is that Chelsea at the moment have looked good. We have looked at Chelsea. We know intensity has been there. हम intense से खेले हैं, and गौरव भाई भी देख रहे हैं game, and गौरव भाई वही है, हम intensity से भी खेले हैं. We have played with the same desire. I think defensively, Gaurav, Abhishek bhai, we have looked very good so far. But again, वो focus कहने की दिख नहीं रहा Abhishek bhai. Focus is just not there. And overall, focus के साथ साथ कहीं ना कहीं वो finishing नहीं दिख रही. I think Havertz has some chances today. I think बीच में भी हमारे पास की chances थी, half chances थी. तो सेम ओल्ड चेल्सी है, वी लुक मच बेटर, बट अगेन आई थिंक वही चीज हमें तंग कर रही है, एंड आई डू होप इम्प्रूव करे. अगेन द बॉल चेल्सी के पास है हियर, एंड Chelsea have the ball. Injury है यहाँ पे, I believe. Oh no, back on the feet. Sterling is back on the feet here. So it looked like a bit of injury here, but Sterling is back on his feet, and the referee is having a bit of word with Sterling. And is Udinese nil, 1 Chelsea 2, 46 minutes 54 seconds on the clock. It does look like it's half time, and at the moment it looks like it's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 2 so far, and that's the way it looks like the game is going to end at half time. So it's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 2. Half time break has been taken here, everyone. It's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 2 here, and that's the final score for the half time. The full time will start after 15 minutes, I believe. So till then, we'll talk about the game, we'll talk about the stats, and a lot more. No one is tracking back for the midfield. Absolutely, Abhishek bhai, हमारा midfield, we are not just not tracking back. And Abhishek bhai यही है कि when Kante plays, Kante थोड़ा forward खेलता है, and Jorginho पूरा अपने किले में रह जाता है. अब यही है कि अब हम किस मिडफील्ड को खिलाए. हम 4-3-3 फॉर्मेशन पे नहीं खिला सकते क्योंकि हमारे पास वैसे मिडफील्डर्स नहीं है. हम 3-4-3 खिलाते हैं, लेकिन कांटे थोड़ा फॉरवर्ड है. जॉर्जिनियो अकेले कुछ नहीं कर सकता. मार्कस अलोंसो थोड़ा सा स्लो है, सो हिज ट्रैकिंग बैक इज नॉट एट द लेवल दैट्स रिक्वायर्ड. सो मार्कस अलोंसो इज not a good tracker of the ball. You can say Kante is very above the field. Reece James at the moment has done a good job. Cesar Azpilicueta, the age is a bit getting on a side, and that's the concern that I've got for Chelsea. And we do need to sign some young legs at the moment. If we want to really survive this season, Chelsea do need to sign some young legs. I think Koulibaly is a good signing, but we do need one more defender. Whether it's Fofana, whether it's Kimpembe, whether it's Pau Torres, Chelsea do have to sign one more player. Because if we do not sign one more player, that's a big concern for Chelsea. We do need to sign a proper defender and a midfielder. Now, many people will say that no, let's sign Declan Rice. Declan Rice is the only solution for Chelsea in the midfield. But let's be realistic. Whether you like Declan Rice, whether you don't like Declan Rice, he's going to cost 120 million to bring him on. We already have spent 85 million on Sterling and Koulibaly. 120 million is going to cost to bring Declan Rice here. It's just not possible. We also have other deals to do. We're not able to sell any player for big price. Signing Declan Rice is just not possible. And at the moment, I think we are just a bit in trouble. Still, I will say, Abhishek bhai, I'm still not concerned for the midfield. I'm more concerned overall defensively. And I do think, I think the people might be angry on me, but I do think Mendy could have done a bit better. I think Mendy might have pounded better. I might be wrong, but I do think Mendy in this preseason has looked a bit disappointing. I love Edward Mendy to absolute bits. I love Edward Mendy. But I think in this preseason, a focus might not be there, but he has been a bit disappointing. And defensively, I will only say one thing, that Chelsea at the moment have no balance. Rudiger has left, Christensen is gone, a lot of Chelsea players have gone, and at the moment, Chelsea are a bit in trouble. I think when we start the season, this is not going to be the defense Chelsea is going to play. We won't play Aspilicueta. I'm so sorry, but I do think it's going to be Koulibaly, it's going to be Silva, and then it's going to be another defender we sign. I think this is not going to be the defense we play, and I think that's the biggest concern for me. Again and again, if you see the highlights of the game, I think again Raheem Sterling is being shown he played good job, but Sterling has just missed some chances which he should have buried for me. And Abhishek bhai, Alonso makes a great run. Then it's Saturday the right while crossing. I know it's a preseason game, but is he a good enough backup for Chilwell? I think Abhishek bhai, I will only say one more thing. Is Chilwell going to be fit for the whole season? Chilwell is coming back after an ACL injury. So Ben Chilwell for Chelsea is coming back after an serious ACL injury. So is Ben Chilwell going to be back at his best? Nobody knows. He might be a bit in trouble. He might not be the player we know. So we are saying that Alonso can be a good backup to Chilwell. But should we be concerned that Alonso at the moment makes a lot of mistakes when it comes to tracking, pace, and Chilwell is coming back after ACL injury, so he might not start hitting straight away. That's the biggest concern for me, Abhishek Bhai, because Chilwell has a lot of injuries, ACL injury, and I think Chilwell is not going to start the season well. Chilwell will take some time. Chilwell will need some recovery, will need some patience, and I think that's the way for me. Chelsea do not just need to, if they let Alonso go to Barca, we need to sign a proper left back, or we are in deep trouble. And another question here, Mendy is not the same after January. I think Abhishek Bhai, I will also say that since in AFCON, I think Mendy was very good at the AFCON. When he came back, I think that after Real Madrid game, I think that's really affected him when it comes to his abilities. I don't know why. I think it's a preseason, so we cannot make anything very prejudgment. But I think the concern with Mendy is that at the moment the mistakes are coming more near when you don't expect that. Mendy is still for me one of the most reliable players we have in a team, but the mistakes are becoming so much common. And Madsen has scored his debut goal. Fantastic, fantastic, Abhishek bhai. And thank you for the update. I think Ian Madsen, I think I'm a bit concerned, Abhishek bhai. We should have kept him for me, but I also think that he could be given time to development. I really think if Alonso goes, we sign only a proper backup, not a very good left back. I think we might have needed three left wing backs because Chilwell, Abhishek bhai, is giving me concern that if we play him overly, he might get another lengthy layoff. And that could be a big, big problem for Chelsea. We cannot overplay Chilwell. Remember, Hudson Odoi, before the ACL, had burst of pace. He lost that. He lost that burst of pace. Callum Hudson-Odoi had a big, big pace in him when he came to the scene under Sari. Pace, energy. Hudson-Odoi had a lot of pace and energy in his play. But sadly, since that ACL injury, he has gone down and down and down. The pace has gone. And that's the only thing I'm concerned for Chilwell, for which we could have kept. And finally found a channel. Thank you so much, Danish bhai, to be here. बहुत अच्छा लगा दानिश भाई आपको देख के. And thank you so much भाई इधर आने के लिए. It's an absolute pleasure, Danish bhai, to have you. एंड चेल्सी फिर से वही चीज कर रही है लाइक वी ऑलवेज डू. उडिनासे 1 है, चेल्सी 2 है, एंड अगेन इज द सेम ओल्ड चेल्सी. चांसेस ना लेना, वी नॉट एबल टू क्रिएट आवर चांसेस, नॉट एबल टू डू आवर जॉब. Same old Chelsea, I will say, just same old Chelsea. But we have played well, we have played with intensity, but just again, we could have been 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 up in this game. अगर मैं आप सबको stats दिखाऊं on the screen, the stats that has followed, these are the stats for the game. And Chelsea at the moment in this game have been absolutely dominant. But the margin so far is very, very close, which is a bit concerning for me. That the margin so far is very, very close. We should not be. And overall, I will say only one thing in the preseason. I think N'Golo Kante has been a breath of fresh energy. He has been very, very quick, energetic, winning the ball back. I think N'Golo Kante बहुत अच्छा खेला इस मैच में. He has been splendid so far, N'Golo Kante. But the only problem that I have with N'Golo Kante is his injury record. And N'Golo Kante cannot play every game of the season. I think we all agree with that he cannot play every game of the season. And I think that's a bit of concern for me that N'Golo Kante, Jorginho Kovacic, and then we have got Gallagher and then Empadu. I still trust Gallagher a lot, but at the moment, Gallagher in the preseason has not been impressive, and Kante cannot fit for the whole season. So that's a bit concerning for me. And Abhishek bhai, same thing happened with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic. I'm really gutted for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. A stupid friendly match ruined a great player. What's your say? Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed, Abhishek bhai. I think many fans in our fan base, Abhishek bhai, criticize Ruben Loftus-Cheek a lot. I think many people say that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not that level or that level. But Abhishek bhai, we all have seen him under Sari. He was fantastic. He used to win the ball back. He used to carry himself with the ball. He used to be strong. He used to be very, very good. And that was a player I knew and I respected a lot. That's the player that I really used to love a lot. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek, since his injury, has lost that pace, lost that energy, and is a player that's destroyed by injuries. And that's the only concern I have with Chilwell. But the good thing with Chilwell here is that Chilwell is just 22 years of age. So Chilwell can recover in time, but it's a bit concerning. So that's also a thing we cannot deny, that it is a bit concerning. Especially with Pulisic as well. I think Pulisic, for me, when I've seen him right now, that pace has not been there. And that's been the disappointing thing so far. And that's the only thing I'm concerned, Abhishek, by with Chilwell. I hope Chilwell gets fine. I hope Chilwell returns to the player we know, because that's the only thing I will say. Shrey, I was a fanboy, and absolutely, Abhishek bhai, I was also a fanboy of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He was a youth player who I was the most waiting for a debut. When he debuted, I was the most happiest fan I've ever remembered. When he scored against Fulham, I was so happy. I was so happy. And when Thomas Tuchel played him, I was so happy to see him back in the lineup. But that injury, that friendly match, I think that destroyed a great player for Chelsea. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was fantastic under Maurizio Sarri. That's why you all see Lazio being linked with signing Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But that injury, I think, ruined his career. He's slowly regaining it back, but he's 27 years of age now. The body is slowly taking its toll. And it's become a bit concerning in that regard. So the body is taking a bit of toll on him. And I think we have to understand that the injury really ruined a fantastic player for the making. And for me, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a player I love and absolutely admire. And I do hope that Thomas Tuchel gives him more of a chance. Oh my God, I could relate to you. I was over the moon. Absolutely, Abhishek bhai. Ma'am, Abhishek bhai, I'm not even lying. I was absolutely over the moon with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Because Abhishek bhai, you will remember as well under Jose Mourinho. I think Jose Mourinho was very strict with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And Antonio Conte, when he came, he straight away sent Ruben Loftus-Cheek to the loan at Crystal Palace. So I think we all remember that Ruben Loftus-Cheek was never given chances. He was good at Palace, but then again he was injured, and that's the story of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And then Sari came. Sari said some words, says Loftus-Cheek has improved himself, but Loftus-Cheek improved himself, came back. That goal against Brighton was splendid. That goal by Ruben Loftus-Cheek against Brighton was splendid. That link up with Eden Hazard, Emerson, Loftus-Cheek, Eden Hazard was beautiful, and then boom, the friendly match, and everything finished. I will never forget Chelsea for the friendly match. But again, that was for a good cause. So I absolutely respect that friendly. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek injury is the one that always plays in my mind. And question by Danish by here. I hope and pray Chelsea and City get strength to stop Liverpool in 19 Premier League titles until United becomes great again. I think Danish by the only thing is that City at the moment I think are even more stronger than Chelsea. I think the way Danish by City are going at a pace, City can win a lot of titles. This season, Danish Bhai, I will be also doing a Premier League prediction show. You will also have some panelists. Ankit Bhai will also be there. So we'll doing with that show. So I hope everyone will be there as well. So on the Premier League prediction, right now I'm doing a lot of research, but I'm not able to get any reason to put Liverpool over City right now. For me, City are the team for me that's gonna win the Premier League. And again, I just cannot see for the next 5 years which team is gonna beat them. I cannot see Arsenal winning the Premier League. No disrespect. I cannot see Chelsea winning the Premier League in the next 2 3 years. I cannot see United at the moment. Ten Hag new project winning it is gonna take a bit of gradual development, and I also cannot see Liverpool winning it because slowly and slowly Salah will reach that age, Van Dijk will reach that age, and Liverpool will have to build again. I think City are going on a dominance, and Danish bhai, we never know in next 15 years City might really be even very near to the Liverpool goal, Liverpool trophies that have won here. And that's the way I think it's gone. The match at the moment, it might just start right now. I think the players at the moment are on the pitch warming up. It looks like it's a second team here, and here one more. Choose one team. Best defensive line, best midfield, best attack. For me, at Atletico defensive and City mid real attack. I think absolutely. I think, but I will also say for me, defensively, Danish by I think defensively, City are also defensively also very solid. I think Pep absolutely suffocates his opponents, possession, 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 and defensively also City are very very good for me, Danish bhai. And Liverpool are also, as much as Liverpool can see goals, they still somehow are very very good when it comes to defending. I think Chelsea also on their day can defend very very well. I think overall Atletico are great defensive side, but Atletico Madrid sacrifice a lot attackingly when it comes to defensively, and this is why they've not been able to progress to another level. And for me at the moment, I will say just one thing for the preseason. I will love to know the opinion of the chat as well. What do you think about Chelsea so far? And can you see us do well this season? Because we cannot make absolute opinion at the moment, and it's a bit difficult to make a quick opinion. Shrey bhai, you asked me about absolutely. I think Ankit bhai ki chat pe tha, Danish bhai, I believe. I asked you about the expectation of Ten Hag because I believe Ten Hag this season should be given a free pass. If he gets like 11th, 12th rank, that's unacceptable. But I think he should be given a free pass by Manchester United fans and should be allowed season to develop. For me, United might be the most exciting side this season in the Premier League to watch, and he should be given a bit more time to develop, in my opinion, Danish bhai. And here, I will say he should get at least 2 seasons, real chances in UCL via Europa. I think absolutely, I think Europa is one thing that absolutely, I think a lot of people are discrediting United, and Ten Hag should be given the time. I think at the moment I've watched a bit of preseason of United, and they have looked impressive. I was on a bit of rivalry watch, and United did look very, very good in the preseason. Marshall is again looking well, and United did look very, very well in the preseason. And I think Danish bhai, you have to build from brick by brick. And United will be smart to give him 2 seasons to build up. You cannot be going on sack and hire culture again and again. Top manager, and I think a big mistake by United if they let Ten Hag go. And here at the moment, half time players are warming up at the moment, and Chelsea at the moment will be coming here, and it's half time. It's Udinese 1, Chelsea 2, and Chelsea so far have done a good job for me. We have done a good job. We have been defensively a bit solid, except a bit of mistake. Again, defensively, that one howler that always do concentration is not there. That was a mistake we did. And other than that, attackingly we look good, but Raheem has missed some chances. Havertz has missed some chances. Same old Chelsea. Same old Chelsea is been. And don't you think Chelsea should take preseason as wake up call? More concerning absolutely Danish bhai. I think Danish bhai last season we used to be very confident Chelsea fans. We used to say that Chelsea will not concede goal. I think दानिश भाई मैं यही बोलूंगा लास्ट ईयर हम इतनी बार बोलते थे ट्यूकल है हम हार जाएंगे लेकिन हम कंसीड नहीं करेंगे We'll draw 0-0, but we'll not lose. That was the story of Chelsea, Danish Bhai, and that's where Chelsea have created a bigger problem for ourselves. And here, Football Creed, thank you so much, mate, for coming here. Ronaldo will play the friendly on Sunday. Fabrizio confirmed. So there's an update for everyone. Ronaldo will play the friendly on Sunday. Fabrizio has confirmed. I think Ronaldo has to do that. For me, he has to stay respectful to United. United have done a lot for him in his career. I think for Ronaldo, and Ronaldo knew about his move. He knew United might be in this position, and to force his move away, I think is not a good thing. I think Ronaldo will go down as more bigger legend if he wins United Europa League on his own and stays for another year and wins United a trophy. He will go as a more bigger player than we can expect here. And at the moment, I will love to answer this question. Don't you think Chelsea take pre-season as wake-up call? More concern is conceding at crucial moments. I think concern is very, very combined, Danish Bhai. We are conceding at crucial moments. Our defense is becoming a big, big problem. But also, Danish Bhai, the problem is the whole team, signings, everything is a bit concerning for Chelsea. Our transfer window this season has been very, very concerning. When your targets is Kunde, one day is Nejanake, it's Pau Torres, it's Koulibaly, then it's Fofana, then talks are from Milan Skriniar. I think that's always going to end in a mess. Sometimes it's Jonathan Klaus, sometimes it's about more attackers, sometimes it's Cristiano Ronaldo, sometimes it's Gnabry. I think when you have a window like this, it's always going to be difficult. And another question here by Abhishek Bhai. I have a different point of view over Atletico. Never liked their style of play. I used to like them during the time when likes of Arda Turun, Griezmann, Costa used to play. And यही मैं कहूंगा, this is the thing that I was absolutely saying. I think Atletico are a great defensive team, but they have not, you can say, improved themselves above that. They have stayed at the level, and when you stay at only one level, and you will sadly stagnate. When you only have a one way of play, when you only have a one way of identity, one ideology, you will fall from here. At some point, we also use different technologies. When more technology comes, we use computers, when mobiles, everything is evaluated. I think Atletico have just stuck to the defensive football. They've not seen the new fullbacks, new attacking football. They've just not evaluated and combined it, and that's the reason Atletico have declined, while the other teams have kept on growing and growing. Here the question. I will say Ronaldo is more of a Real Madrid legend, so his news of joining Atletico is more negative than Chelsea. I agree, Danish Bhai, but again, I don't think he's a bigger legend in United has compared to Real, but United are the team that gave him the stone to go to Real. United are a team that Ferguson treated him like his son and absolutely dwelled him, where he was given absolutely good treatment by United players who took him to the next level. That's the fans that absolutely crave for him to come back, brought his shirts, reached to the stadium, cheered him. They cheered him. The atmosphere in the Leeds game, welcoming Ronaldo, was fantastic. He was given good reception, good love by the fans, and this is not the way to repay them. You knew about your move. I do think, Danish Bhai, there will be surprises. I do think Ronaldo will move, and I think, in hypothetically, he might be good for United. If United can sell Ronaldo and sign Anthony, I think it will be good for United. But overall, Ronaldo, I think it will not do good. He left Juventus at first time of struggle. He left United, and now he's again forcing his way. That's not a good look. And that's the way for me Ronaldo has to improve upon, and that's the way for me it concerns upon. So again, Chelsea have a foul here. It looks like Chelsea. I think there's a bit of shout for penalties here. No, and there was a chance here again for Chelsea. It's a chance. There was a chance, and again, no one was in the box. I think this is where Chelsea miss a bit of striker instinct. Someone who can tap in the ball. I think we are playing Sterling, Mount, and Havertz, but has anyone in them got a striker instinct like Haaland? Haaland has got a striker instinct to tap in the ball. Has anyone in the Chelsea team got a striker instinct? For me, I will say no. And here, Havertz injured. What's happening? I think he's injured. I think that's not a serious injury, I believe, Abhishek. But I think just a precaution. I think he will be given a substitute here, and Chelsea won't take the risk because at the moment, Abhishek, by Chelsea don't have any other player to play bar Havertz. Our first game of the season is in 7 days, and we have to play Everton. And right now, we don't have any more player to play. And I think Havertz will be starting the game, and we might need him because Werner might be a problem. I love Werner, but he's not at the level you require a player to be. And that's the way Chelsea have gone. And here, Chelsea have the ball here. Chelsea go towards the middle. Again, Chelsea have the ball here with Silva. And at the moment, if you see, Chelsea have three at the back. We have a shape of 3-4. And if you see properly, you will see Sterling playing bit in the middle. It's a 3-4-1-2. Chelsea are playing Sterling in the middle, Havertz at the right, and Mount at the left. So it's a bit of interesting shape that Thomas Tuchel is trying to play here. And Danish, by the question here, talking about cricket, a player will only play his natural game when his place is somewhere absolutely Danish Bhai. Absolutely. And Danish by this goes in every sport. You play cricket, you play football, anywhere. Your place in the team has to be permanent, and a bit of trust has to be shown by the manager. I think with Chelsea at the moment, the most lineup we are playing is very permanent, but the manager is not happy because we do need more players in. But in a team, every player except three or four is playing for his spot, so we struggle. Absolutely, Gaurav. By today, Surya Kumar was opening for no reason. For no reason, Surya Kumar was opening. Deepak Hooda was dropped. This is not the way. When you want to develop a player, that is not the right way to straight away drop him when he was so good against England and against Ireland. And at the moment, again, Chelsea won a free kick. Udinese won a free kick. Alonso has fouled the Udinese player, and it's a free kick for Udinese. Kante has the ball. Kante has won the ball again. What he does best, winning the ball at a very, very good position. Kante gives it here straight over to Marcus Alonso. Alonso to Mason Mount. Again, heavy touch here, and it's a chance again. We are lacking a lot when it comes to creativity. We are getting at the right positions, but when we get to the final box, that final decision has not been there for Chelsea, and that's been the biggest concern for me. Havertz at right forward, right wing is not promising. Less touches, less involvement. I agree. Abhishek Bhai, absolutely agree. I think Abhishek Bhai, if we all remember, Frank Lampard at the start of Havertz's career played him as a right forward. I think that's very concerning. But I do think Abhishek Bhai, either this is a message towards Todd Bowley that see, this is the options I've got. Or Abhishek Bhai, I believe that Thomas Tuchel has gone away from his striker formation. He has said, I don't want another Lukaku in my team. We are going to be playing fluid. So Havertz at the right forward, Mount at the left forward, Sterling in the middle, three pacey players, three players making the right movement. And I think that's the idea for me, Abhishek Bhai, that Tuchel is trying to build. But conceding against Udinese is not acceptable Chelsea standard. I think absolutely agreed, football creeks. And at the moment, the problem with Chelsea is we just can't focus. Suddenly we switch off. Any moment something trouble comes, we switch off. A shot into the box, we drop it straight away and again. I think we're just getting too much sloppy. The defensive awareness by Chelsea has not been there, and that's been the biggest concern for me. And here, Danish by here, fans and media used to hate Dhoni for not giving chances to new players, but he knew what he was doing. I think absolutely, Danish by you have to give young players chances, and that's the only way a growth has to be there. If you give young players chances, that's the only way you're going to go more and more and more. And here, Danish by Chelsea create chances, but they lack a natural finisher. I think Danish by both things are very natural. Both things are very very natural, Danish by. Chelsea also struggle to create chances, but Chelsea also lack a natural finisher. We struggle in all of these departments. We lack a natural finisher, but we also lack creation of chances. We depend on Reece James, Ben Chilwell. That is the only problem. And here, Joan Laporta, Ole Amigos. Hello, sir, and my well wishes with Chelsea. Thank you so much. I think overall, I have nothing but respect for Barcelona. They're a great club, and I think in football, rivalry is the most lovely thing. You should never hate a club, but enjoy the rivalry. And Barcelona is a club I think everybody wants to play, and I think it's going to be an amazing way when Chelsea play Barcelona. And at the moment, here Abhishek Bhai with a question. Liverpool lost to Salzburg. Does it make them lesser than Salzburg? Just the preseason. But Abhishek Bhai, the problem is Liverpool are coming off a season where they reached the Champions League final. They finished second in the Premier League behind just 1 point. And Liverpool overall done a fantastic job, Abhishek Bhai. They've overall in every year shown development. They already have signed Fabio Carvalho, Darwin Núñez. The transfer window is over. The problem with Chelsea, Abhishek Bhai, is it's not about preseason defeat or win. It's about most of our transfers have not been done. And that's the only concern that Abhishek Bhai everyone is getting. Guys, please like and share and support our channel. भाई को लोग नहीं करेंगे तो कौन करेगा? Thank you so much, Gaurav bhai. Please do like the content, people, and please keep supporting the channel. And my God, another great attempt for Kante. I think Kante to Abhishek Bhai has been fantastic. He has been fantastic. But Abhishek Bhai, the only problem is, I think if everyone remembers in the chat, Claude Macaulay said this. I think if N'Golo Kante keeps playing at this pace, at some point, the body will just take a bit of toll. I think Claude Macaulay said that Kante at some point might have to decrease a bit of energy and might have to become a bit of a passer. But at the moment, for me, the best way is to rest Kante and play him week after week. I think if we play Kante every 3 or 4 days, we are over. Kante will get injured and then we'll be in big trouble. We need to play him a bit in the gap, in the middle, and that's the only way we can save ourselves from that. And Gaurav bhai, chal Shri bhai, Sone, meko but all the best. Thank you so much, bhai. And always support Gaurav bhai. Thank you so much to come here, Gaurav bhai. And here, Laporta sir, here, do you need De Jong for Georgie replacement? I think this is the thing I was saying to Chelsea fans. We already have a lot of midfielders on our book. If we want to sign De Jong, that will only mean that Jorginho or Kante, someone will be leaving. That's the only way we'll be signing some players. And here, In pre-season, more than the result, way of playing matters. Like we scored 4 against Liverpool, but best period last 30 minutes when our youngsters were against their best side. Like we scored 4 against Liverpool. I think absolutely Danish Bhai. And United for me, Danish Bhai, I've been very impressed with Sancho. Sancho has really looked a new player under Ten Hag. Sancho is a player, Danish Bhai, I'm really jealous United got him. For 70 million, people might laugh at me, but that's a great transfer window United have done. 70 million for a 21-year-old, such a talented guy. I think Sancho has been a player that's really caught my eye in this preseason, and I think he has looked very, very good so far. I think even Dalot for me has looked a bit better in this preseason. For me, in the midfield, a bit of passing has been there, and I really love that movement of Ten Hag shouting at De Gea to when De Gea put a long ball in, while Ten Hag wants ball to be played a bit of build-up play here. And here, they'll have reality check now. Losing Mane is a big lose. I think absolute losing. Udinese have a chance here. No, Chelsea won the ball back. I think they'll have a reality check. Abhishek Bhai. But Abhishek Bhai, I also have. I talked with my Manchester United fans, and many people were laughing at it. But Abhishek Bhai, my only point was it's Liverpool. They really get things wrong. And with Nunes, I'm not really liking him so far at the moment. But it's Jurgen Klopp. It's Liverpool. They really get things wrong, and that's the only concern I've got, Abhishek Bhai. Don't you think 100 million for Andy Carroll is too much? I think I really mean you want to say that for Lukaku, and that was an absolute disaster. That was an absolute disaster by us. And here, exact. I think. Do you mean that for Darwin Nunes? Because I really don't know about that. But again, I will say if it's for Darwin Nunes, I will say Jurgen Klopp is the manager, and that's the only concern I've got. I think exactly people say unacceptable to concede against Udinese. I think no. I will agree, Abhishek bhai. I will agree. It's not unacceptable to concede against Udinese. The only problem is the same things are repeating. That's the only problem with Chelsea so far. The same things are repeating, and the problem is we don't have any more match to work on. After this, we have to straight away work for the season, and that's where I think our scheduling this season has been a bit wrong. And Joan Laporta, this year Premier League will be very competitive, especially Spurs and Arsenal. They'll fight for the fourth and fifth spot. I think I will say, sir, do not discount United. Do not discount United. They are really, really looking good. And I will also say, I think people are really losing a lot of focus on teams like Villa, teams like Wolves. Wolves had Daniel Podans, Neto, Jimenez. I think even Adama Traore, Barcelona now signed him, so he might be there as well. Also with that, Aston Villa, Diego Carlos, Boubacar Kamara, Philip Coutinho, they have got a good team as well. You can also say West Ham signing Philip Kostic, Skamaka. They are also looking very good, keeping Bowen and Rice. So they are also developing. Arsenal are looking good. Chelsea have signed Sterling and Koulibaly. United are looking good. And so far, other teams in the league are also developing very, very well. I think it's going to be a very, very good season of the Premier League. But the only problem, Joan Laporta, I will say is how is it going to be competitive? Is it going to be competitive for the top four battle, for the fifth position, sixth position, seventh position for the Conference League and the relegation zone? Or is it going to be competitive for the first two positions? Because that's at the moment looks impossible. For the first two positions, it looks absolutely impossible. And Jurgen Andy Carroll, absolutely agree. But I do think Darwin Nunes has something in him, Joan Laporta. I do believe in Jurgen Klopp as a player, he gets everything out of him. And I'm being an honest fan. If he had Sancho now, he could have even been more dangerous. Being a City fan, I think absolutely it's so good to see honesty today. And football creeks, you have been absolutely correct. Sancho is a player I always loved, and 70 million for him, I will say, is peanuts in today's market. He will become a great, great player. Just a bit of patience and time has to be given. And Eric Ten Hag is a manager which can unlock a players like him and Rashford because he's a very good manager for young players. I think right now, another question here, and Danish Bhai, United is looking good, but a bench is too weak. In 38 games, long season, bench strength. I agree. I agree. This is where United have a problem. But I do think for the first time, Danish Bhai, the transfer window over by United has been very, very good. Malacio, Ericsson, I think idea has been there why they want him. Lisandro Martinez, De Jong. The idea that United are signing players, Sesko from they're trying to sign. The idea of United is looking very, very good so far. They're not going for the big name, developing the squad. And I think overall, I will say is I will love to see how Ten Hag develop young players in United. Garner, Majabri, Ilanga, how he develops these players. Because if he can get the best out of these, Donny van de Beek, United have no problem even of backups. You can win the Europa League as well. So I think that's going to be very interesting as well. Shreya, do you rate Smaka? He was bang average or below average during Nation League. I think At the moment, I will say Abhishek Bhai, I will not lie, I have not watched a lot of him. I watched a bit of Fiorentina matches, so I saw him in that. But the only thing I will say for Italy is Abhishek Bhai, that for Italy, a lot of strikers have looked poor. Immobile in the league scored a lot of goals, but looked so poor for Italy. I don't know, is it to do with the Italy style of play or what? I will say one thing for Skamaka is that he's a young player. I think for one thing I will say he's a young player, and I think overall Abhishek Bhai, he suits them well. They don't need to put him urgently in the side. They have Conference League to focus on. They have Antonio, they have Bowen, they have Benrahma. They are trying to sign Skamaka for the future, and they're trying to also have a backup to Antonio, because Antonio is at an age where he might decline after 1 or 2 years. So get the best out of Antonio, but also show Antonio that when you're not in form, we have got a young striker there to replace you. And I'm more interested in third and fourth and fifth spot. They will decide Ronaldo's move and big move across Europe. Absolutely. This is where I say Premier League is competitive, because first, second spot is looking very certain, especially first so far. Haaland, Alvarez, Calvin Phillips. It's been a fantastic window by Manchester City, and at the moment it's so difficult right now to focus on them at the moment. So it's difficult to say Premier League will be competitive, and that's the only way I can say about that. Chelsea signing Atletico Madrid had worked for Chelsea like Angel Correa. Signing Atletico Madrid had worked for Chelsea like Angel Correa, Carrasco. I do think Angel Correa, especially Carrasco. Carrasco is a very versatile player. But football freaks, I will say that should we not go for a younger player like Male? Male was a player that impressed me at Euros a lot. Young player, or a player like Jonathan Klaus, who is going to cost you 8 million, 9 million, 10 million. Is that not the right thing to do and build the team from that regards? That's the only way. Carrasco is a bit old, and that's the only concern I've got regarding him. Korea should be a great striking option for Chelsea, and since Ziyech might leave, absolutely. I think I really like Korea. I really like. But I will only say one thing, Football Creek. For me, the budget part is really important as well, and the age side. Right now, our team has a lot of age players as well, and we do need to balance the books in that regards, or we could be in deep trouble when it comes to future success. And here, Abhishek, why United didn't upgrade as CDM and center midfielder? I think they spent ages to sign De Jong and ending up with same midfield not good. I think this is where Abhishek, why I will say that they don't hit the bar. Raheem Sterling has hit the bar from the long range. Good shot by Raheem Sterling, but that just hit the bar. So for me, United do need an upgrade. I do agree with you, Abhishek Bhai, that United do need to sign a bit of upgrade here. But Abhishek Bhai, I will say one thing, that Garner was a very good player in Nottingham Forest. He was very impressive. And De Jong saga, Barca for me do need the money, and Barca have not an urgent need of De Jong. I do think De Jong might end up in United until big surprise happens. And if De Jong ends up in United, I think De Jong, Donny van de Beek, and Eriksen midfield for me. For me, starting 11 United looks very good so far. Haaland, if he avoids injury, will win Golden Boot without challenge from others, has he will have best and lot of chances. Also for Liverpool, Salah, Nunes will share, and same will Son and Kane. I think absolutely. I think Haaland is going to enjoy in the City team. He will have some sloppy touches. People might laugh at him, but he will have Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. Everyone's serving for him, and that's the best part, Danish Bhai. These are the players that want to support him, and that's the best part of that. Our resume is only a success if you get FBJ, otherwise average. I will say, Danish Bhai, it's medium. I think, Danish Bhai, at least you haven't taken risk. You haven't gone for the big name. Ericsson, great signing. I will say Malacio, great young signing. Martinez, good versatile player. Can play CDM, centre back, left back. Good versatile signing. And if you get De Jong, there's a cherry on the top. And if you get Sesko, that's a good signing as well for the future for United. So, and if you get Anthony, that's going to be amazing for me. So United for me is still going to be good window. But if they get De Jong, they might push for the top four. If they don't get De Jong, I think top four might be out of the reach. But again, they will have a good way. Chelsea fans, keep your eye on Rafael. He played well against Liverpool. I think John Laporte, we haven't linked with him. We haven't linked with Rafael, but AC Milan are demanding a lot. So I think we are after him, but they are asking a lot of money, and that's where the problem is. Why do Udinese look like a backup backward? So many expert for players. I think at the moment I will say the style of play they've also shown has been a bit like that as well. But in the Serie A, there was a team they used to pull some surprises as well. I remember them absolutely thrashing the heck out of Fiorentina 4-0 and really putting the end to Fiorentina's Europa League hopes. And trust me, if Sterling gets confidence back in finishing, Chelsea will not have problem in finishing. Absolutely, Football Creek. And Football Creek is a Manchester City fan. And what he knows about Sterling, I don't think anyone else will know. He will know a lot about Sterling. And I do think Football Creek's sir that he's going to turn out a great player for Chelsea. But the only thing is, I think his finishing is not at the same level, and Sterling could help us in other way. But I will say one thing. I think you will also agree with me, football freaks, and I do hope you also put in the chat. Is do we also need another player? Because as City, Kevin De Bruyne used to take a lot of pressure away from Sterling. Bernardo Silva used to take a lot of pressure away from Sterling. What do you think about Chelsea? Havertz cannot guarantee you goals. Mount can score some goals, but not above 12, 13. We don't. Werner cannot score goals. Pulisic inconsistent. So is Sterling having more pressure at Chelsea, which might really bite him in the back? We want De Jong to go because we want Silva. No offense, De Jong. Absolutely. Bernardo Silva and De Jong is no comparison. But I think it's a good deal for everyone involved. Barcelona get Bernardo Silva, United get De Jong, and both teams are happy. But we need Silva at Barca to control the tempo, which we lacked for many years since Xavi Iniesta left. Absolutely. And I think a solution will be found, and De Jong will end up in United, and Bernardo Silva will end up at Barcelona, and City might still sign one more player, which I think we just haven't even heard a name of, and nobody knows. It might come from nowhere. I'm surprised and happy. We used to spend millions on face player jersey sale, but this winter is something different. New manager effect. Absolutely, Danish bhai. This is a bit of different I've seen for United. They aren't going for the big names that he used to do before. That's the bit of difference United have has compared to the previous United side that used to play. Probably Sterling can help Werner to boost his confidence. I don't think both are going to start. I really don't think both are going to start, because if both start, it's going to be a big problem for Chelsea. But I think he can help players like Havertz and Mount a lot to develop their game. I suppose Mount and Sterling might help each other. Absolutely. I think they are going to be great help to each other. But the only point I will say is that have you got another player along with Sterling which can guarantee us like 20 goal contribution a season? That's where a problem is, football Greeks. Chelsea don't have two players who can guarantee us 20 goals a season. The surprising thing for Chelsea is that Reece James and Ben Chilwell are the only players that might look a better goal scorers than what we have got. And that's the concern. Last season, when Chelsea were top of the Premier League, Reece James and Ben Chilwell were scoring goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. When you depend so much on the defenders, that's where the problem lies. And I'll also try to sign Messi in 2023. He deserves the legendary farewell. Barca did him dirty. I think, but I will ask you one question, Leopoldo sir. Do you really need Messi now? Rafinha, Dembele, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati. Do you really need him? You already have a great attack. Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Osman Dembele, Lewandowski. That's a fantastic attack. One of the best attack in the world. I don't think you need Messi in that. And will be unnecessary pressure, unnecessary wages. For me, that might be not be a good move in my opinion. I'm one of the huge fan whose favorite is goalkeeper for me, David De Gea. He was good at saving, but he improved his ball playing. Absolutely. For me, I will Chelsea have a chance. Chelsea have the Mason Mount. Mason Mount. No. Havertz. Miss from 2 yards. Miss from 2 yards. That's Chelsea for you. Miss from 2 yards. No words. I literally have no words for a team. I'm one of the few fans who absolutely Danish Bhai. David De Gea is a great goalkeeper. I will say just one thing, Danish Bhai, that sometimes his distribution is still not the level of like Allison, Edison, but at shot stopping, nobody compares to him in the league. His shot stopping is just fabulous. Does the player need boost confidence? 210k per week, blah blah, to have a decent touch. My man can't dribble. Too much time given. I think Abhishek Bhai, I do think you mean this about Timo Werner, because Timo Werner, Abhishek Bhai, is not on 210k. He's on 270k. Abhishek Bhai, Timo Werner. He's on a big wages here. And I want Ramos and Messi out of PSG. PSG don't deserve them. I agree, but Danish Bhai, the thing is contract, big money, and now nobody's going to buy them. So I think they have to end their career at PSG. City are signing Lucas Paqueta has a Bernardo's replacement. What if so far is Ndoku will come as Bernardo replacement eventually KDB? I think this is a very good question from your Greek sir. And I will say one thing. I think Lucas Paqueta will be a fantastic signing for City, and Christopher Nkunku has a release clause next year which is around 60 to 70 million. And just like Haaland, City might be looking at Nkunku next year. Nkunku, Paqueta to replace the players they've lost. Do not even be surprised, and I'll ask you also, Football Creeks brother, do you think that City in the future will move for João Felix? Will remove him from the clutch of defensive football at Atletico Madrid? Because João Felix is a proposition that in future they can look to sign. I'll put another economic lever and rent my house, obviously, so I can get some cash. And Mason Mount, my God, what was that? I think it was Harvard who missed that. I think it was Harvard who missed that, but it was a very poor by Mason Mount as well. There was no need to take the shot. Sterling was in free space. So really don't know what was doing. I think Abhishek bhai, Sterling has to get used to that. Sterling has to get used to that. I think we have a lot of indecision in our attack. We do not make the right pass at the right moment. We do not make the right decision at the right moment. And that's the problem I think Chelsea have got. And Raheem Sterling, first hand, is getting the experience of how it's to play with Chelsea has compared to play with Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. And Raheem Sterling is not just a player of Chelsea. He is a leader of Chelsea. And that's the pressure he will have to carry with himself. Yes, we will are obsessed with Joao Felix. I think absolutely that will be a transfer for City. Joao Felix, Jack Grealish, my God, that team will be epic. And then Phil Foden, then you've got Lucas Paqueta if he signs, Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland. That just end the league then. If they sign Joao Felix, just end the league because that's violence. And at the moment, I will say just one more thing. City must be respected. The work they've done this window, the money they have raised, selling Gable, he's just 55, Sterling for 45. They've sold a lot of players. City right now are in profits. They can even spend 200 million and they still have a great window and good transfer net spend. City have done a fantastic job of sales and clearing out the squad. Their wage structure is also very good as well. Do you need Griezmann? We still have sold him on loan deal to Atletico Madrid. If you want him, you can have him. He's on huge wages. No. He's not a player that will suit Chelsea, and we already have players at huge wages, and rather we don't have that. No, Shrever bought the chance after that. Absolute mediocre. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again, Abhishek Bhai. But one thing, Abhishek Bhai, we all can agree is Chelsea at the moment make things very difficult for us. We make things very difficult for us, and these are the stats here of the game so far, and these have been the stats of this game. And again, the same old story. Chelsea dominated the game. I'll show you in the right way. Dominated the game, having a lot of chances and just not cleaning it. What do we need? What does happen to Chelsea in the front of the box? We have had 19 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 9. We have also had 71% possession. What is the problem of Chelsea that we just even cannot finish our chances? I think it's really big concern for me in regards to Chelsea. City is at peak. I don't think a squad can get better if they're unable to win UCL in next few years. They will never. I think absolutely Danish Bhai, and that's a concern for me. City have very good young players as well, like Phil Foden. They have a player, Cole Palmer as well, who is also very talented. And City have a very good team they're building up as well. I think Cucurella will be a fantastic transfer, young player. Cancelo is at his prime. It's time to be concerned. And this is one of the most dominant era of Premier League I've watched in my life. I think the most dominant era was Sir Alex Ferguson from 2007 to 2012 because Sir Alex Ferguson could have won 7 Premier League titles in a row if not for, you can say, the Drogba offside goal in 9-10 season and City winning it on the final day through Aguero. Ferguson could easily have had 7 titles in a row. So that was one of the most dominant era of Premier League I can remember. But City are just going on another level right now. Gnabry would have been a great option. I think absolutely, but Gnabry, I think it was just being rumored by the media. It was always bound to stay at Bayern, especially if Lewandowski was leaving. City can still sit top of the table, but they knock out their performing like Indian cricket team. I think absolutely agreed, Danish Bhai. But I will say, Danish Bhai, that at some point, the luck will come through. The way they are playing, the way the team they are building, at some point, that luck will come through. At some point, they will win a UCL. And when they do that, they might even go on a streak of winning that. So I think we all teams have to improve as well. Whale, Emerson, and Hudson-Odoi. For me, it will be very interesting to see Whale. I think Emerson, for me, in this preseason has played a left centre-back position the most. So I do want to see where he plays. And Hudson-Odoi this preseason, I think Abhishek Bhai will also agree, has not been the player we know again. Lewandowski will be for 2 season minimum maximum. If you guys scout any good young striker, let me know. I think I will agree with you one thing, Labota sir. I will say the striker market is right now not at the best. Striker market right now not at the best. And absolutely agreed. I think Abhishek Bhai is absolutely right. Chelsea. No. It's a back 3. It's a back 3, Abhishek Bhai. So Chelsea are playing a back 3. I think we are just playing the formation we are going to play at the start of the season. And yes, Emerson is playing in the left centre back and Hudson-Odoi right wing back. Remember, trust the process. Arteta is a Sigma male on his grind set. Be cautious of him. I think I do admire Arteta. I think the FA Cup victory was fantastic and he's building a good thing for Arsenal. But Laporta sir, I will say only one thing. That at some point he will have to achieve that. Again and again, finishing fifth, being 2 points behind top four. Again and again, that excuses won't work. And at some point, Arsenal will have to finish the top four, break that door, and say we are in. And again, I will not be concerned for Arsenal until they reach top four and their owner goes for the title. Because remember, Stan Kroenke so far at Arsenal has never put the ambition. They had the chance to win the Premier League. They had the chance to win the Premier League when Leicester won it, but they only spent the money on Peter Cech. That type of ownership. Arsenal with the cross, Arsenal with the cross. No, poor cross here. Not Gnabry. Gabriel Jesus, what a signing he can do. Absolutely. I think Jesus is a fantastic signing for Arsenal. Fantastic. And I think attack of Saka at the right, Gabriel Jesus in the middle, and Martinelli at the left. That's good attack. That's a good attack. But the problem for Arsenal is they haven't got a backup in the midfield. At the moment, I won't name the player because of some things that are going on, but they don't have a backup at the moment in midfield. The right back backup is Cedric Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is a bit injury prone. So that's a bit of concerns for Arsenal that they will have to solve. I think Danish Bhai will be doing a show on Monday or Tuesday most probably with Ankit Bhai and one more panelist. So I will keep a bit of prediction hidden. But right now for me at the moment, the thing is that Premier League, it doesn't look varsity. I don't know which team I can name. I cannot name Liverpool. They have, at the moment, they have no chance. And UCL, I think it's difficult to say. I think last year what Real pulled out was unheard of. What Benzema did was fantastic. But Danish Bhai, Chelsea were this close to knock them out. If we took our chances, we would have been there. And Benzema was on a different level. I think Chouameni and Rudiger are a fantastic signing. But Barca are building well. Bayern Munich are there. You can say Liverpool are there. You are saying City are there. For me, at the moment, you have to make a quick prediction for the Premier League. It's going to be City. And for the Champions League, at the moment, for me, I think for me, the prediction for Champions League at the moment is I'd rather go with Liverpool or City for me. I think it's going to be Liverpool or City for me. The Premier League teams are doing better. They have more experience. Robertson, Trent. I think there's still Salah. There's still Luis Diaz. There's still good midfield available to them. I think at the moment, Liverpool or City still are far ahead of Bayern. And so, do you agree that modern football is more about false nine, proper number nine strikers, putting it extinct? I think it's both ways, Laporta said. It's both ways. I think you see Pep Guardiola has gone for Erling Haaland. So, Erling Haaland is more of a traditional striker. Liverpool has gone for Darwin Núñez while they've let go of Mane. So, they have gone for traditional striker. It's not about false nine is becoming more common. I think the problem is traditional striker market is not as good. Erling Haaland is already playing for City. I think Vlahovic is already playing for Juventus. And the market at the moment is not strong when it comes to proper strikers that can hold the ball well, have a good finishing ability in them. The breed of Benzema and Lewandowski at the moment is very rare to see. And Saka is rumored for a City move plus Arsenal, but I don't think Arsenal will allow him to move this window. I don't think Arsenal will allow him to move this window. Arsenal finish ahead of United, but I will see United has more chance of top four than Arsenal. I think it's tight. Danish Bhai is really, really tight. I think if United get Frankie de Jong and they also get a Sesko or Anthony, there's no chance they cannot compete with Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. This is going to be tight. I think Tottenham at the moment are way ahead. Chelsea, United are a bit down with United, but there's always a chance for United to do well, especially with a very, very good manager. I'm subbing you, sir. Our channel deserves. If you need any help, just ask me. I'll pull another economic lever reminder. Thank you so much, sir. It's an absolute pleasure. I do hope people do subscribe and like the content. But for me, the biggest pleasure is to talk with all of you and give my football opinion. We disagree, we agree, but that's the beauty of football. For me, it's more about giving my opinion, enjoying myself, and that's the way I love to do it. And overall, thank you so much, people. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that's the way the football goes. And Chelsea at the moment are building up the attack here. And Chelsea have the ball. The ball is again at the center for Chelsea. And same old problem for Chelsea at the moment. I think it's again the same old problem for Chelsea, the way it's surfaced. Again, the ball is with Chelsea. The ball here and Eriksen at Chelsea. I think I agree. I don't know why we did not go for him. I really don't know, football critics, sir, why we did not go for him. Eriksen at Chelsea would have been fantastic. We needed a creator. We needed a leader in the midfield. But the only reason I have for Chelsea not going him is he cannot play in the 3-4-3. He cannot play in the pivot. I think that's the only reason Chelsea have not gone for him. Because if we were a team that played back four, I think we go for Eriksen. I think the only reason Chelsea have not gone for Eriksen is in the midfield too he cannot play, and in the front three you need more pacey players. That's the only reason Chelsea have not gone for him. As you said, there are very less strikers available. That is the reason we're not letting Ronaldo go. I agree. But Danish bhai, I will say just one thing. If let's say Ronaldo wants to force his move out and you let him go, you sign Anthony. Is Anthony not a better signing for United? Anthony, Martial, Rashford, Sancho, Ilanga, and then you've got young players like Pelestri. You've got good squad to build on. Is that not and even a player like Chong? So United have got a good way to build on. Anthony will suit Ten Hag's style well. Martial can play as a striker, while Ronaldo will want whole team to play in his way. So I think striker market is a bit down, but you can go for a false nine player as well. Striker might be a bit down, but you can go for a bit of false nine type player. So Chelsea, the score again here is 1-2. Is Udinese 1 is Chelsea 2 again, and the same old problem for Chelsea are surfing here. The same old problem, the same old concern for Chelsea. That attackingly we just are not able to do our job. Stats again. I'm going to show you people the stats on the picture here, and these are the stats of the game. Same old Chelsea again. Same old Chelsea. We have hit 19 shots in the game, 4 for Udinese, 9 on target for us, 3 for them, 71% possession. But it's just been that same thing. We've not been able to finish the chances. That's been the biggest concern for me, and that's the thing I do want to say. That's the way I will say. I will do love to say to the chat, because I know a lot of rivals are also watching as well. United fans, you can say City fans. What is your opinion on Chelsea? I do want to ask the chat as well. Can you see Chelsea compete with City, Liverpool, or does anyone see Chelsea fall out of top 4? I think Tony at Chelsea. But I think Football Greeks, brother, I will love to ask you that, is 50 million worth for him? I think for me, the biggest problem of Football Greeks that I have with my club, Chelsea, is we are not like City. City scout players like Gabriel Jesus. Oh my god! Udinese was so close to make it 2-2. Oh my god. So close to make it 2-2. My goodness. We are in absolute problem right now. I think so far I will say, why do we scout some players like even Alvarez? City scout players that many people do not even heard of and then make them develop. Why Chelsea don't go for players like that? Tony is very easy player to go. A player in the Premier League, impressing, strong, 50 million. But that's just for me too much money. Chelsea should at least score one more. They missed too many, and this might hurt them in the long run. For me, Danish Bhai, this is a pre-season, so I'm not concerned. My concern, Danish Bhai, is that we see this regular. We see this every season with Chelsea. I'm skeptical about Erik Ten Hag. If he's a world-class manager, then he should be flexible and be good with the players at his disposal. But he's building team with the same set of players at Ajax. Sir, I will agree and a bit disagree with you as well. I think you see Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte, whenever he goes to the club as well, he asks his type of players. When he went to Inter, he wanted Lukaku. He wanted Ashley Young. At Tottenham, he wanted Perisic. He wanted defenders. I think every manager in the world wants his type of players. Every manager in the world wants his type of players. We have to understand that Ten Hag is at a club. Ten Hag is at a club where they are in a big trouble. They had a disappointing season last year. Expectations are high. Top 4 is important. And in the market, you cannot go and develop players again. So if they bring the player, if he brings a player he knows can fit his system, that's not a bad thing to do. If players like Frankie de Jong, you can say Donny van de Beek, who is already on the roster, Malacio, these players do a good job. I think there's nothing problem with that. But if they don't do well, then yes, criticism will be on him. I think, wait, he's a 50 million worth? I think Brentford will ask for that. I think Brentford, Football Creek's brother, Brentford will ask for 50 million. That's the problem. I will have no problem signing Tony if he costs 25 or 30. But Brentford will ask for 50, and I think that's just absurd. He's not a 50 million player for me. And United visit City will be Barchester derby. But I will say one thing: it might be one of the most interesting game of the season to watch. Two beautiful football matches to watch. For me, I will love to say, will Erik Ten Hag change a bit of his philosophy versus City, or will he go attacking, whether they lose 6-0 or whether they win 3-1? I think that will be interesting. And this might be one of the most attackingly beautiful match to watch. Haaland is coming for revenge. I think he will take the revenge. He will. I think City will create the chances, and I think he will be motivated for the game. Chelsea have more substitutes coming in. Raheem Sterling is going off after having 82 minutes under his belt. And Kennedy is coming on. A player that at the moment I do not see in the plans of Chelsea. So Kennedy is on the pitch for Chelsea as well. And another question here. On a signings, I will say more than how better a player is from other who suits play a style of play manager matters most. Absolutely. I think it's important to sign players that suit the manager. I'll be honest, third position will be a good fight this season for Chelsea, but winning will be difficult. And quarterfinals in UCL will be a good season for you guys. I will love to ask this question through. I will love to ask you, sir, as well, and everyone. Are people underrating Chelsea on the Champions League? We were, we literally pulled it off against Real Madrid at Bernabeu. If not for the Modric pass, that world class pass, Chelsea might have been last year in the semi final. We also won the Champions League. We destroyed Juventus, and still we have one of the most tactical managers. We still have a good 11. So, are people underrating Chelsea on the basis of Premier League and the way badly they played in the Premier League in Champions League? Because Chelsea in Champions League can't stun anyone for me. I think if I have to give myself chances, Chelsea will do much better in Champions League as compared to the Premier League. And yeah, I heard that Ball manager are very smart. The derby of the Ball was a superior Ball. Let's see. I think it's going to be fantastic. That's going to be amazing derby to watch. And 85 minutes on the clock as Udinese 1 is Chelsea 2. Same old problems with Chelsea pre-season, but nothing has improved. Chance creation, chances creating, but same old Chelsea, which is going to finish the task on hand. And the score so far is Udinese 1, Chelsea 2. The same old. I'm so sorry I did not change this halftime one. I'm so sorry for that. I apologize for that, and I just changed that. So Udinese 1, Chelsea 2. And that's the way the score is so far. If football would have been a 80-minute game, Real Madrid would be on the bottom. You haven't teams going for innings. He can score a lot of goals. You haven't teams going for Ings, Danny Ings. But Danny Ings, football creeks mate, I will say that he's a bit injury prone. And I think Aston Villa just signed him last year, so he won't go for cheap. And Danny Ings is a player I really admire, but he's injury prone. And last year at Villa, he was not at the level we know. He started the season well, but then it dwindled. So that's the only concern I've got with Ings. Ings is a very good technical striker, but the only problem is his injury record. He's out for a very, very long time. And at Villa last year, he was not at his best. And to pay 25, 26 million for him will be too much for me when we could have got him last year for 15 million. And Chelsea continue with the attack here. And Udinese won the ball back. And it's Udinese and Chelsea to more substitutes coming in. At the moment, the match mostly looks over. At the moment, it's a pre-season. There's no doubt this could turn 2-2. This could turn 1-3. But at the moment, Chelsea have shown some good positive signs. But it's been the same old Chelsea. Defensively solid, but make one bad mistake. Attackingly good, but cannot finish the chances. That's been the concern. And also with that, Chelsea's chance creation has been poor. Whenever we have been in the final box, we have put it the wrong way. Mount should have passed to Sterling. He didn't. There was a very good chance for Mount and Mount didn't. Sometimes we have got so many young players, they get a bit, you can say, selfish. And that's where the problem is. He's playing at the right wing back, and at the moment, he's not a goat. I think I will have a football creeks mate. I will also have a bit of sympathy for Hudson-Odoi. That ACL killed his pace. That ACL absolutely killed the pace that he had. But also now he cannot continue with that and he has to improve. And Hudson-Odoi himself as well, his finishing has always been a problem. Even if you have suffered with the injury and now you're back, you cannot be missing from 2 yards. Last year, he missed 2 yards against Burnley, Brighton, United. As a player, you cannot be missing from 2 yards from that positions. Yes, you can see that Chelsea is a seen underrated team because of bad season start, back transfer market, owner issue, managers not happy, and you don't have the. No, sir. I'm not saying you should rate Chelsea. No. I'm only saying, sir, that yes, we have had a bad season start. I do agree the ownership problem. Sir, the only thing I'm saying is in Champions League. Premier League, we are in trouble. I'm saying as a Chelsea fan. In Premier League, we are in trouble. But a team of Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, a team of players like that, a team of players like Jorginho, players like Kante, Chilwell, James, a team of front three of Mount, Harbour, Sterling, with a manager like Tuchel. Champions League is about 1 day, 1 night, 2-leg competition. That's where I think people are really writing off Chelsea, where Chelsea thrive the most. We love to play in one match tie than in 38-game season. We love to play Real Madrid more as compared to Burnley, Nottingham Forest type teams. And this is where why I think people are underrating Chelsea. I'm not saying we can win the Champions League. No. I'm saying we have a better chance to do well in the Champions League as compared to the Premier League because we just aren't consistent. But 1 day, 1 night, we can pull off consistent performances. So here is Udinese and Chelsea 2. Again, the ball is with Chelsea in the penalty area. It's chance for Hudson-Odoi, bad touch. It's a very, very bad touch here by Hudson-Odoi. Turns. That pace looks gone. And the ball is going back. Again, the ball is with Udinese here. Udinese had the ball. And Udinese keep the ball. Kennedy fighting with the ball. Kennedy wins the ball back. So Kennedy has the ball. Kennedy running with it through. Kennedy Chance again. Poor touch. Young players, so you have to give him a bit of due, but a poor touch here. And again, the ball is gone for a throw in. So people is 88 minutes 37 seconds on the clock, and it's Udinese 1 and it's Chelsea 2 so far. So at the moment, I think Chelsea have been fine. They won the game, but same old concerns. Those concerns are not leaving us, and that's the biggest concern for me. So I will love to know from the chat what are your predictions in terms of the Champions League. Which team for you think is going to surprise people the most? I think people are also underrating Barcelona, a team which has players like Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres at the left wing, Dembele, Rafinha at the right wing, Lewandowski as a striker, a team which has Frankie, Andres Christensen, Jules Koundé, a team which has players like Araujo, a team which has players even Sergio Dest, you can say, a team which has some very good, even if they keep De Jong, a very, very good team. I think Barca can have a very good time. And Lewandowski up front. I think people are writing Barca off as well. In one match try, they can do anything right now. It's just a momentum. It's a goal! Chelsea have scored a goal here. It's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 3. Chelsea has scored a goal here, and it's Udinese 1, it's Chelsea 3. And most probably the preseason match is killed off now. It's Udinese 1. A great goal by Chelsea here, needed goal. And finally, we have scored. It's Mason Mount of all people, as always. Mason Mount stepping up for the time for Chelsea and scoring the goal we needed to score. So here, Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi does a fantastic job. Great cross. Great cross by Hudson-Odoi. And I'm being for Juventus, but this Barca team needs time. Football Greece mate, Pogba is also injured as well for 3 or 4 months. So does that affect Juventus as well? Because they are doing good work for me, but at the moment, Allegri has not been the way that he used to be before. I think Allegri really disappointed as a manager last season. And I will also say Pogba is going to be a big miss for them. So Pogba being out for 3 or 4 months is really going to be a big, big problem for them. If Barca continue to treat FDJ like they are, Xavi might get one. Like, yeah, to recurse Popper. I think it's possible. I think it's possible in terms of they're going to drag it. They are going to drag it. And I think they do have to sell Frankie de Jong, but I think as Barca fan, Joan Laporta made it very, very clear. I think they want to go for Bernardo Silva. So if they want to sign Bernardo Silva, I think they will have to sell Frankie de Jong. So Frankie de Jong most probably will be leaving. It's just about how much time. Will they be happen on the deadline day or will it happen before August? That's the most unpredictable teams like Chelsea needs Ronaldo because he's too unpredictable. He can win you. Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree with you here. But the only problem here is I do want to also back the manager. And at the moment, the manager does not want Ronaldo. So I think I agree with the manager in a way that sometimes you don't want the big influence in the team. But on the other hand, I do agree with you because Ronaldo in an unpredictable team like Chelsea on the back of the Reece James crosses, that's a beauty. Pogba's injury will affect them but in a positive way. But that is why the thing I will say is they don't even. I think Locatelli is there, Rabiot is there, but the midfield is still not the level that you require to be. I think even Aaron Ramsey contract has been terminated as well. But Juventus will be signing Bobby Firmino from Liverpool. That's a good signing. If they do sign it, that will be a good signing for them. But they also have Vjalovic, football Greeks brother. They also have Vjalovic. So now they're signing Bobby Firmino. They already have Vjalovic. It doesn't make sense for me. And Juventus' biggest concern last season was the midfield for me. And Pogba being out is going to be a big concern. The match so far is Udinese 1, Chelsea 3. It's 93rd minute on the clock. And that's the way it's been going on so far. So do people put in the final questions? I'm also going to be going live in just 12 minutes on 2:35 in a post-match reaction of this match. Do join in at 2:35. I'll be back in 10 minutes after having a bit of water and a rest. So much thank you everyone joining. Thank you so much Danish bhai. Thank you so much Laporta sir. Thank you so much Football Creeks. Thank you so much to Abhishek bhai. Thank you so much to Gaurav bhai. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much everyone. Do subscribe, like. Thank you so much everyone. And I will take some final questions. Is Bobby Firmino is a cam during holidays? Absolutely, he can also play cam, and that would be fantastic. Ronaldo brings unwanted media attention. I agree, but I will only say one thing, Danish by here, that Tuchel might not want that, but then American owners might want that. American owners might want that big sponsorships. And Xavi clearly mentioned he wants De Jong as a defender, which clearly means he wants to get rid of him. Agreed. I do think he wants to get rid of him. It's up to De Jong whether he leaves or not. So on that note, everyone, I do end the video. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day. Do join me in 10 minutes on my post-match reaction of this match. We'll have a good chat regarding that. It's 2:30 on my clock here in India, 2:25. We're just going to have a bit of water and a rest. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.